cup. I don't know what's going on.
They only caught the cup part, but we are live. Good morning, everybody. You heard Tucker there say, do you want me to jerk you off into a cup? But you only caught the tail end.
Yeah, well, then you had to go and reveal my secrets. Okay. All right.
We're starting the morning off with some drama because Anthony, A, hasn't seen Forrest Gump. B, says he hates Will Ferrell. And C, I don't know what else C was, but it's kind of messed up, and it's a weird way to start the show.
He did want to spend the morning making fun of you for having to start late, you know? So.
Yeah, that's fair. To be fair, hey, everything was live on time. Everything was live. I was on time. I was late.
We're about 5
I was
minutes
late,
late,
but I was on time.
Wait, aren't we supposed to start before market open? Or
yeah, market doesn't open for 25
minutes.
minutes.
And market is not open yet.
You're right. No, I'm just... Right. You're right. My bad.
Get him out of here! But good morning, everybody. Welcome back to WhaleWatch, where we trade unusual whales, options flow, use gamma exposure via Periscope to trade futures, and get really loud for no reason while not showing any excitement at all after a winning trade. That's the show. We'll be working through a couple of segments first. Just right now at the top, we're going to go through some open interest changes, do a little pre-market prep, and then once open comes around, we'll start trading right out of the gate, and we'll also have a nice long flow request session in the latter half of the show. So for those of you who came in before the tweet, you guys are awesome as shit. Thanks for being here, and stick around because we'll do some fun shit. But let's go ahead, flip it over here. And what are we looking at here, Anthony? Let's take a look at some open interest. And while we go along, everybody, as usual, you can drop your ticker flow requests in the chat, especially now at the top of the show with the open interest reads. If there's anything you saw yesterday you want to take a look at, let us know. We'll pull it up. And then we'll just dive right in. What are we looking at, man?
So I'm starting out on my ask side filters. Look at this one. RBRK, this could be an interesting one. Look at all that open interest that carried over. We only had 4 contracts.
Oh, that's spicy.
Previously.
Pretty much all of that volume came through.
Yes, it did. I don't think we have earnings on this. I don't see it marked there. I just want to double check. Earnings. So not till June. So these expire before earnings here. These look kind of interesting here to me. A lot of that kind of just coming in at once there. We are getting that descending fill. Look at that bid-ask spread on that thing, though. That is a nasty bid-ask spread. Just kind of looking through this. So it's giving that descending fill there.
I might lean sold on those.
Yeah, that's interesting here, 5605. Yeah, a lot of stuff kind of going on in this trade here. For 15% out of the money, RBRK. What the hell is RBRK?
I was half expecting it to be Rocket Lab, but then I saw the actual ticker.
I don't even know what the hell it is. Oh, it's a tech stock? I've never heard of this company. Interesting. Anything else on it yesterday, though? Let's see. Man, it's just all calls coming in here. I mean, that 20,000 is your biggest one on the day, but yeah, some bid side calls coming in here. Yeah, nothing really to see there. 70 call, yeah, just it's not the cleanest flow. Just a lot of mix of ask and bid side on this one. How about that 529.65 call? Only 500 contracts, but let's just see 65. Yeah, I mean, just I'm not getting the best, cleanest read, and that spread is very bad already. But yeah, I mean, your IV's dropping here. I think I have to agree with you for once in my life. I think those 63 is just how it started out at the bid, and then you had that descending fill there. I think these could potentially be sold. And look when they came in here too, 945, 950, right at the top there too. So it wouldn't surprise me if they're potentially sold. It looks like we're up a little bit pre-market though. Just kind of one of those pieces of flow that you don't get the cleanest read on there. We can check out another one here, though. I suppose I should probably keep the correct one open. Let's see, where's my open interest? Snap calls coming in here 9 days out on these ones. And I don't think Snap has earnings coming up. I don't see
Bit of a
over
buzzer
here,
beater
9
there
days.
too, and really cheap,
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably guess sold. I mean, they are very far out of the money on these, and yeah, a lot of contract. Look at that open interest. So I mean, I wonder if let's just kind of go back here and take a peek.
Hey, good morning, Gabrielle. Thanks for chilling with us, homie. Gabrielle. However you say it. I love you for coming.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's super high energy, guys.
Hey, it's still early. Give me another.
I was
being maybe.
I was being like inviting. Hey, good morning. You know, like kind of like a
fair enough.
You know, you wouldn't know anything about that, but it's something.
I guess do. Not.
Dang, Tucker's on one today. Tucker.
Yeah, he's on a heater. He's feeling himself.
Must have had another date.
No, not on stream. That's for later.
Oh.
Okay.
If y'all missed the actual open of the show, those of you trailing in from the tweet, there's context to that's for later. Hey, morning, JL. Thanks for coming, homie. As always, since we got some new people coming in, we're starting the morning off into open with some pre-market prep, looking at open interest changes, just taking a look at some of the bigger flows that carried over from yesterday's session, and then we will dive into trading the open once we get there, and then right back to flow requests. So stick around. If you have anything you want to ask about the platform, how we use it, or if you just straight up have flow requests, you can start dropping tickers in now. We might not get to it till we get to the flow request session of the show, but we'll have it there backlogged and ready to go. So if you have anything you want to ask or any flow you want to see, drop it in the chat. We'll pull it up once we get there. Thanks for coming, guys. All right, what are we looking at here? I forgot. Snap. Oh, yeah, that random buzzer beater flow.
This one almost looks like it's a position build. 415, most of that carried over. 13,000 on 417, majority of that carried over. 17,000 yesterday, most of that carried over. This almost looks like it's been a position build here.
What's Snap
13
even trading
cents, at? 11, it's 571.
A little under 6. I mean, does this overlap earnings? Because I mean, it's a buck and some change out of the money, but that's a pretty high percentage when you're looking at a $6 stock. I wonder if this overlaps earnings.
Are
nope.
5.6. No.
I don't know about that, man. This is the kind of thing that Jay-Z loves to see, like these really cheap, out-of-the-money contracts that have barely any time to expiration and no catalyst. I feel a little different about those.
I mean, if you get a good move on it, I mean, there's not a ton of theta on those. Obviously, it's a very slow-moving stock to begin with, but hey, you get a good intraday move on there. I mean, you have a pretty decent delta for how slow of a mover it is. There, you're more than likely. I mean, a dollar move. There's 20% day on it,
exactly.
But you know, it's an interesting piece of flow there. I mean, you know, if like you said, if you're somebody that likes lottos, this could be something of interest.
Feels like
there.
it. I don't know. Anytime I see those really close to expiration contracts that are pennies on the dollar, really cheap, expire soon, my inclination is to think they're short to capture that premium into expiration. But when it's messy like that, it's hard to say. It's not like that RBRK we looked like where like all of it was pretty bid side. And by bid side, I mean literally at the bid for the whole thing. Peter says, what time do you guys usually stream the whole New York session? Not yet, maybe someday. But right now we stream from 9 a.m. Eastern to about 11:30 noonish, 2.5 hours, 3 if we're feeling spicy. But yeah, just Monday and Wednesday for now. We have more coming on the horizon. If you guys keep hanging out and spamming chat and dropping ticker requests and being engaged and making fun of Tucker, maybe we can extend the duration of the show.
Yeah, do it. Come on, guys.
Cheers to that, baby.
Yeah, you got a lot of ammo with that one too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it shouldn't be that tough.
I also want a spicy market, Peter. I'm an intraday scalper using Unusual Whales as Periscope tool. I love me some volatility. I love volatility. All right, what are these? And okay, we've seen several
yeah.
days of NOK flow. Is Nokia memeing? Dude, what in the hell is that?
This one's got a lot of contracts kind of changing hands, so I mean, it looks like your original whale there on the 8th. Most of that carried over. I mean, you're just getting a lot of kind of volume, and you're just not seeing that maximum open interest
Right.
change there.
We've got a lot of
At least the
punting back and forth
13th
going
there,
on.
yeah. 14th could have been a possible add. I mean, you're just not seeing that full amount though. So I mean, my guess is that original whale. Well, not even a guess. I'll probably tell you that original whale is out there on the 13th.
12K.
Somebody else looks to be.
Yeah, pretty small
potentially
amount came
holding
off
that.
there. We only added a little under 2,000 to the open interest from that almost 11,000 flow. So, I mean, it could be a lot of things. It could be a shitload of punting contracts back and forth intraday. It could be that initial trader dumping the majority of their position, and somebody else taking it over. But only of that 17,000 initial position, only a handful could have been closing.
Yeah.
Because let's just assume all 10,000 volume was that person. If that were the case, if they all changed hands, we would see no change. And if some of them actually close, we would see a negative change, but we see a positive change. So I'm kind of leaning toward intraday punting back and forth, less so a full closure of that initial position. But this one's interesting. If we assume they were long on that initial position, they're down from their highs barely and still trucking in profit. Couple weeks to expiration. Where's Nokia at today? Just under 11.
We are at.
You know, not far-fetched flow.
No. Interesting flow. I know a lot of that Nokia.
Let's see if
flow
Nokia has
been...
anything coming up as well. Because where we're at right now, just under $11, is Nokia's right under its 52-week high.
Do we have earnings coming up on Nokia? I feel like we have earnings tomorrow.
All right.
Premarket tomorrow.
Premarket. So these overlap earnings. Maybe homie's feeling spicy. What happened to get rid of all that net call premium?
Let's see.
It looks like
it
contracts
is at
sold off.
424 12 call. Looks like it's your largest contract there. But
says,
yeah, I mean a lot of
how do you know when the open interest is selling or buying contracts? Is there a way to know? I'm new to the platform. So for open interest, you can go back in time in flow history and click on those initial orders. Based on that bid and ask fill, you make assumptions. Now, when we have really choppy bid fills and ask fills, it's a little bit harder to make that assumption. But the way you know for sure that open interest is, gone, position closes off, is that volume that transacts also falls off of that open interest number the next day. If your assumption was that they were bought to open initially and you see those contracts come off, then your assumption is that they were sold to close. Tucker, I'm going to give you a link because there's 2 broken links for it that I need to fix. And can you type in chat to remind me to fix that? It's got duplicates. But I'm gonna give you the 4 ways options transact article that I wrote like fucking 3 years ago now. I have no idea.
4 years.
I mean, is it still accurate?
Yeah, I mean,
then fuck it.
Yeah, that's.
But no, I was just saying we had a couple of iterations of it that are all published.
Gotcha.
And I got to remove the duplicates. It's getting so hot in my room right now. It's only it's not even 70 degrees out yet.
Oh, dude, it's supposed to be
Sweat my
88
ass off.
today here.
All right, here we go. This is a good one.
Fucking weather,
This is the good one.
Got it.
But it essentially just breaks down using the flow feed to show how you can kind of tell. Again, assumptions without being the trader who made the trade or a big wig at the exchange with full access to full data, full customer fills, what have you. And as far as I know, not even all exchanges offer that. But it just shows kind of how to guesstimate whether you think something's transacting as a buy or a sell. And it also shows how to kind of tell, not even here, this is guaranteed. This one's guaranteed. How to tell whether it's an opening trade or whether it might be an opening trade, and how to tell whether it's a closing trade. Really good article. It's pretty easy to read and digest. One of those things that just very options basics that you got to really brush up on before you start punting contracts left and right.
Oh, hello, buddy. You want to help me look at some open interest? Look who's gonna hang out with us.
Dude, now he's just
Your
cheating
paws
to
are
gain
rolling.
viewership favor.
Yeah.
If I bring my dog in and pick him up, he's gonna scream at me. Like
I'm surprised he
Satan
didn't growl
himself,
at me,
dude.
actually.
He'll just scream and
surprised he
scream, dude. It's crazy.
Hi.
So the Nokia's kind of messy.
And that drop in that call premium is pretty
it's
much your
this bad
large
boy.
one here,
Yeah.
and it's a giant multi-leg trade.
See if they
too.
rolled it.
Giant multi-leg.
424. The open interest on those. Since that OI fell off, I'm gonna go with roll.
Yeah.
Why are the 12 sold though? Hold on. 12 sold. S side. What has the high OI? The 12s. 12s have the high OI. All right. Are they rolling down? Because the open interest went down, so I don't think those 12s are part of a spread. I would see this as a roll down. They only got 2 days to expire. I don't know about this.
Yeah, messy. Too messy.
Really
Too
high implied
messy.
volatility on all the Nokia too. Well, but like you said, we have earnings in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be some high implied volatility on those.
Let's see. Anything? Hey, how about Playboy for Tucker?
Dude,
I'm in.
wait.
I'm in.
Wait,
Yes,
they're still on the market and they're optionable. How are they making money? Like, genuine question. How are they making money?
From people like
in
Tucker.
the era of free porn everywhere, how in God's name is a magazine for
crazy.
porn making money?
That's crazy.
I'm lost.
Look at the net call premium on it yesterday. Look at that thing. I mean, this thing absolutely.
This is the kind of thing that's
No.
look at the put premium back in March. Oh my
What?
God. I hope that those were actually sells because whoever got those got blown up.
Let's see what. Was
I want to
this,
see what
March
that was. Who's
30th?
buying
Let's go back
options on
to
a
it.
$1 porn magazine? I need to know.
All right,
I need to
gotta
know.
Go back to March 30th. So let's go here.
Was
let's
it
do
you,
a little
JK Brew?
investigating here.
Are you buying options on a porn magazine that trades for $1 a share? Is that what we got going on in the
So,
YouTube chat this morning?
In chat, you guys buy the stock for Playboy? have you ever?
Look at how deep that is in the money too. 32% in the money.
Yeah, I just premium grab shit, dude. Like, for something that's this cheap, if a big money bigwig is gonna long it, you would expect shares, in my opinion. 118, 160. Look at that bid ask. I'm leaning bot, brother.
Yeah.
Especially since they're so deep in the money. They're so deep in the money, and they're worth money. Why? What?
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, they're pretty deep in the money. I think homie wants it to drop more. Stocks can only go to zero, right? This isn't like that time oil went negative. You know, oil futures, oil can go negative. Stocks can't, right? This person seems to want Playboy to go to zero. Why are we buying deep in the money for one? What are these called? What are we looking at? Is something crazy gonna happen with Play? I am hesitant.
Collab.
I am hesitant to have this in my search history, but it's gonna happen. Playboy news.
I've wondered.
What is this? The puts make sense to me. Those calls don't.
These almost.
Hey guys. Recent Playboy news highlights a shift back to traditional nude content for its spring 2026 issue starring Carol G.
Well, it sounds like that might be what
alongside intense scrutiny surrounding the
God.
legacy of founder Hugh Hefner. Yeah, the dude was a piece of shit from how I understand it, and you kind of have to be to own like the premier name in porn for decades. I don't know, dude. I don't know. The puts make sense to me. The calls really don't. It's 2026. I don't think people are buying many porn magazines. We're harping on porn way too much before market open here.
You got all those idiots buying OnlyFans too. So Tucker's like, don't talk about me like that.
Hey, no, I'm not an idiot. I love it.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
I'm proud of you, man.
You did it. All right, we got 6 minutes till open. Does anybody have any direct flow they saw yesterday they want an open interest read on, see how it developed overnight, and then we'll keep an eye and see how open pans out for us?
Might have some oxy call cells here. Oh, we got earnings coming up on oil, so I would not want to.
Wait, who did we have this morning? I didn't even pay attention. I'm gonna be honest. Did we have? We had
we
reports
got
this morning.
Nothing too.
Oh, we got desktop. Everybody, quick, peek his
bad.
folders. See if there's weird shit.
No, this is not my good computer with everything on it. This is my trading
good
computer.
Hold.
Yes.
Pause.
I mean, you had tea today, but I mean, this afternoon, Tesla, IBM, Texas Instruments.
Oh yeah, we got an afternoon spice.
Yeah.
Intel tomorrow and after
desktop.
hours. Yeah. Nothing crazy spicy this morning, it looks like, though, so we're probably just going to get general moves. We'll see, though. We talked earlier before we started that futures were doing a nice little, about 100 point pullback from its overnight session highs, and they have back tested the majority of that already. And so once the bell tolls, I'm probably just gonna sit on my hands and see if they pick a direction for me, wait for my gamma exposure update, and then we'll probably start punting contracts around then. But unless we get one of our good old-fashioned Trump tweet yeets of news, I don't know if we're gonna be particularly volatile on the open, but we'll see.
Would not surprise me to get one at some point. Would not surprise me one bit. What is it? EQT, 37 days out puts. These could be possible sells. I'm in my bid side. 15% though. Oh, nothing really.
EQT is another one of those names that does weird shit sometimes.
Oh, and that fills more of a mid-fill anyways.
Yeah, I don't love it.
I mean, look at that bid ask on this.
I don't love it.
Yeah, that's going to be a no for me. Anything else beyond? Oh god, this thing's just been memeing again to the last couple.
Oh, you
days.
could take a peek at that CCJ, maybe the 90 put.
24% out of the money, 30 days out. Do we have earnings though?
That seems selly to me. It's also one big order. I like seeing repeat hits more. Plus, damn it, it's another one of those messy fill spreads as well.
Yeah, just a hort. Yeah, almost at the mid there. Just yeah, like at least if you have like when they come in like that, I like to at least see flow before it. This one, you don't have that, so yeah, and it's an earnings overlap there too. I'm just very cautious with earnings. Especially if you're selling premium, you do not want to get caught on the wrong side of something like that. What else? Man, there's not really anything super spicy in here.
It has been, honestly, it's been a bit of a slow week. For the most part, flow-wise.
Well, volume-wise, too. I mean, just look at the again yesterday. I mean, you're significantly below that average and just kind of looking at that.
It's also been really cool to see that average drop.
Yes.
Because I mean, look at there's that one day we had like 11 million volume by midday. It was like nothing.
Yeah.
That's definitely slapping that average a little bit.
I mean, look at the daily, and it always concerns me. I mean, everybody's talking about the massive quick rally. Look at the light volume during that rally compared to the 100 million days that we were seeing. That's just always something to be cautious about. Just
we're up decent in pre-market though, all things considered. So I'm kind of curious to see what we're gonna get in 2 whole ass minutes. So
yeah, did we have a 1-800 flowers that we looked at there?
Yeah.
YM.
Yeah.
Yammy doggy.
That's how you know you're picking at the bottom of the barrel for something to talk about.
I forgot what was that ticker? FL. Oh, there we go. I got it. What was that ticker though that we saw hit on Monday? Let me go back to Monday. I think it was that 515. I don't know if we saw it in live time or if it was an open.
It's up another 50% or 50%. Jesus Christ! It's up another 50 cents in pre-market. I still. The only thing we noticed when we talked about this on Monday was the short interest, and that was about it. I couldn't find any news particularly. All right, we got seconds until the open, 50 of them to be exact.
I'm just going to check that open interest on Monday. I don't remember if it was a piece of flow that we saw it with or if it was a actual contract. I'm just going to go back to Monday quick here. I got a minute.
I don't remember. We suck at our job.
Actually, Tucker is supposed to be,
Hey, true. All All right, we got 20 seconds to open. Chat, what do you think? Backtest the pre-market open bounce or just keep going? What do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen?
You made my dog jump there when you
with the pop.
yelled
I
there.
later today I'm going to go through and re-equalize all our audio because all of my trackers show us as identical, and when I listen back to the feed, we are not. All right, little chop right out of the gate here. Big bounce, big reject. NASDAQ likes to be really wiggly, and this is why I don't trade the open, because if I longed it, I would have gotten my ass blown open. Right now, if I shorted it, ass blown open. I give it a little bit of time to settle, form a range for me, and then we cross-reference that with gamma exposure on unusual whales, which will get the initial update like really soon here. I'll pull that up and see where we're positioned for the day. But we're about ready to kick off the live trading segment, baby. Yeah, Yami, dude,
Hey,
1-800 Flowers is ripping. And we did, I don't remember if it was flow or what. But we did talk about it. Let me get my contract.
I couldn't find it, man. I couldn't find. I think it might have been open interest, but I didn't see it when I just checked.
It had to have been open interest. I don't have it saved, so it was open interest. Not the end of the world. Nothing really exciting out of the open either. That's just kind of what I expected. I didn't expect immediate fireworks. Roundtown Ops, thanks for the share, homie. We're about ready to start kicking off some scalping if we can get a range set up here. Zion, I don't have $10, dog. Sorry. Tucker might.
On my salary? No.
Yeah, fair enough.
Man.
They are hitting the SPX 0 days right away. Calls right now. I've been experimenting with that interval flow on that super dashboard. I know people in the Unusual Whales
once in the
Discord.
Unusual Whales Discord server. If you guys are subscribed to Periscope with the Retail Pro tier,
do you want to get down?
You got to hit up the Periscope channel in the Unusual Whales Discord server. There's people live trading in there all day, talking their ideas. They even post full reads and shit. They're pretty good. It's a really fun place. Check that out, definitely. Welcome,
Quiet
Browntown
out
Ops.
of the gate. Absolutely quiet out of the gate. Nothing on my filters at all. Let the tide settle.
NQ's still holding that initial range. I'm not getting bearish by any means quite yet. Not yet.
Yeah, it's looking, I mean, could go either way right now. Just kind of a lot of, just in the middle of that positive gamma. There's still slightly upside there. I am kind of watching that.
That 7100 is fat, dude.
Yeah.
7100 is fat.
Oh, you're on the all expirations. That's why.
Yeah, it's okay on the 0 day. On all, it's fat. On 0 day, that's 7120, like right above us, right above where we just rejected on SPX, right above it, where we just rejected. 7120 is our heaviest above for 0 day. 0 day's got a bit of a range here. Way up there at 7175, and then technically way down at 7000. That's a bit of a stretch, and it's falling off. If they conquer that 7120, I think we're going to get a big-ass range between those heavy positive gammas for the initial part of the morning here. Let's see what they do, though. They're pushing up into it now. If they give a really strong rejection and we see gamma build up below us, I'm going to be eyeballing shorts, but we still have it building above us here. Kind of similar to yesterday's action in the morning. Let me go all the way back to the morning. We had heavy gamma above, but noted it building up below us at the same time. Yeah, see, this was yesterday morning where we had heavy buildup above and slowly but surely building up below us. Oh, that's 422. There we go. See that? And again, it was at 7170 level, but the chunks of positive gamma instead of just one big boy were down here. And so we had a bias short despite we were bouncing pretty handsomely. They just couldn't clear that 7145 yesterday. And so I don't care about yesterday now. Give me that. There we go. And so, you know, we're in a very wide 0 day positive gamma zone. All of these could be inflection points, targets, support, resistance. So I want to wait a little bit and see where this range develops into before I just try chasing. We opened up like not quite 3/4, about 2/3% up on SPX. So a nice bounce right out of pre-market. But I'm going to be keeping an eye on these two levels. 7120, if they conquer that, I think we can get a little spicy because of the steep negative gamma right above. I guess not right above, but 7150, if they can conquer this wide range of positive gamma, that little guy here, 7150 negative gamma, could act as acceleration toward the heavier positive above. But again, it's the same to the downside. We have lighter positive gamma, but a wider range of it with, again, nothing but negative gamma in the meantime. But I'd be hard-pressed to say we're going to swing 100 points in each direction. You feel me? So I'm going to wait a couple more minutes here. Let's see where this updates into and see where some positioning is switching around off the open.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me to see a little chop today with Tesla earnings starting today.
It's open. NASDAQ did make a new low for the intraday. What I want to see price action wise before I chase into this is a bounce up to test the middle of that open and then enter. Otherwise, it feels a little chasing. And I could, but then my stops are kind of wide for my comfort. And for those of you new to how I scalp using Periscope, I take paper cut losses and add into my move. And so it's actually probably easier to use ES than it is to start at NASDAQ. But I learned on NASDAQ, and so that's where I stay. And adding this Periscope has made it a lot easier. My percentage of paper cuts trading into my setups are less now because of Periscope. I'm never going to trade without this shit again, dude.
It's a game changer, man.
7150 is way up there. If they can get all the way to 7150, dude, I would be hard pressed not to short the shit out of it. I'm gonna be real. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, we've been playing every time we point out these ranges in the morning, dude. I'm like, I don't know about that, and then 2 hours later, ding,
it hits.
I'm like, well, shit. All right then. I'm still just keeping an eye on NASDAQ. I want to see if they bounce out of this tiny little flag they're forming on the 1 minute. I think they're gonna. Pretty rounded bottom. If they don't set a new low here, I expect some back testing up. Until we really see some of this gamma exposure fall off, though, by market makers, I'm not putting my bear hat on yet. Not yet.
Yeah, just watch it. Yeah, my filter's just absolutely dead so far. Just nothing. Market tide is looking bullish, though. Getting good volume. Call premiums are climbing there. Looks like you're getting decent breadth there, driving that, too.
Oh, Suzuki likes to short at 7150. If we get up there, dude, I'm going to have to join you in that. That's way up there. It's kind of the last bastion for basically a squeeze to 7180. That'd be what, like another 1.5% up? Yeah, one. Jeez, dude, come on. Let's settle down. Let's settle down.
Yeah, just getting a little flow here. I'm just gonna kind of look through some of it.
I thought that was Taco for a second, and I was about to lose my shit.
Hey, it's not Taco Tuesday
anymore.
So
funny.
Yeah, let's see. Just had earnings.
Is that a little flip? Did they get out of those?
Potentially.
Oh, that
so
IV
we
doesn't
got,
budge at all. But I mean, it's pretty low volume.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's an opening trade there. I mean, 1,400 contracts against 1,000 open interest, and our timing does all add up here. I just don't like that you have 100 contracts here as well. Again, we don't know if it's related to this one. I don't know. This early, and typically I like to hold off on flow, like, that first 15 minutes, just kind of let things settle in the market a little bit.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the open in general for scalping too.
Yep. Yeah, just let things settle down a couple minutes there. You don't need to hop in something right away. I mean, you have 6.5 hours to trade if you really need to get in something. You don't need to be in the first 2 minutes. Like, let things settle. I mean, I've did it where I've taken flow right at open and it looks good, but that IV is a little different at open versus 10 minutes of the day, especially on something post earnings related. How about these AMSCs?
I'm gonna
Really
see if they
light
can
though.
give me a little rejection at our boy 7110. All roads have pointed to 7110 lately. I am in just the tiniest baby short here. I'll lose about, what are we at? 852. I'll lose about $70 if this bounces out, which it very well may. I'm actually going to move this down to the 1 minute here, because if they break out of this range to the upside, they're going to do that back test I was waiting for on the open anyway. So I'll just let them stop me out on this, and we'll try to re-scalp up here if they give me a rejection at 866 on the NASDAQ. Otherwise, right here, right now, they're about to tag me, and that's fine. I move my stop down to the top of those 1 minute candles. I only lose about $40 instead of the full 20-point stop out that I was going to start with. Because like I said, if they break out of that range, they're going to test higher, and that'll be a much better entry. I'm not a trader who likes to sit through that drawdown, even if I'm confident I'm right about something. I would rather take a paper cut. All right, they didn't get me on that try. I will keep you updated on that. Should get a Periscope update shortly. That 7120 is building still. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. 7110 is passed. All right. I'm actually going to move this even closer. I'll lose $40, and I'm going to wait for a new position here. I don't like that gamma exposure is still so heavy above us without a lot below. So I'm just going to manage my risk a little bit here. If they get me, I can get back in. It ain't no problem here. We have no problem taking a little haircut.
There's your update right there. A lot of positive gamma flipping negative.
All right,
there.
We saw a bunch fall off toward the top there. A lot fell off toward the top. Now I'm still looking at that 7120 to 7130 range. I'm going to preempt it a bit. I will lose a couple bucks. I want to see them reject here without breaking into that 7120 range. I really don't want them to get over this negative gamma at 7115. I would like to see them reject this attempt to break through. As somebody who likes shorting shit. So you have the interval flow there. What are your... All right, the short is starting to work. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to shut the hell up. If I start getting my move, I will add into it as I do, and then we'll get our update.
What was your question about the...
We don't have to break it down right now, but what's your general goal with your interval flow over there? Is that for momentum tracking?
I'm testing it out just to kind of see, like if we get down to like 70, 90 here, I want to see if, maybe some 0 DTE calls are coming in. I'm not, and this isn't like where I'm actually sitting looking at the flow like the other one. I'm just kind of trying to get that general kind of synopsis there, what's going on there. Like right now I got puts coming in, like if I was up here at that 7120 and I'm seeing 0 DTE puts come in, like, hey, then maybe I'm looking for a rejection there. Again, I'm not tracking one specific contract, and this stuff is, I mean, it's all, you're not going to get clear context out of this flow anyways, because it's 0 DTE SPX calls. They're very highly traded. So, I mean, you're not going to get the best context out of, like, trying to follow a specific contract. Like, if we're flow hunting like the MUs here, like, it's a clean opener there. I'm just kind of trying to get that general maybe feeling what's going on there, combining that with...
Started to interrupt.
Combining, I mean, looking at the SPY premium, the weekly, the 0 DTE index premiums, they're just trying to get an idea of what's going on. Periscope is still the main thing that's your market maker exposure there. That's what you care about. That's what you care about. It's just extra data points. I mean, I just try to use as many data points without overwhelming myself as much as possible. The interval flow... I did what
I said I was gonna, and I shorted that test of the bottom of that range. I have my stop basically right above the midpoint of that range. If they get me on this one, we are going to sit and wait for another gamma update, because that's going to be a change of structure entirely if they break above this little range. And then I'll take my paper cut and wait. We'll be fine. But just a little update there. Again, stop is here. Braver men than me would put it above their level at 901. I'm not a brave man. I'm going to keep it above the midpoint of the range we're trading below now. If they wick me and get me out, I'm jumping right back in without a second thought. But that's where I keep it. I don't do well with drawdowns, so I just shave the top off every now and again, and then I just jump back in, and I tend to add into my move. So if we were to really break it here, I'm actually just going to put it there. So if we come down into the bottom of this range again, I'm going to add to this position, and my target's going to be right down here at the bottom of the pre-market range here. But that's how I do. I really don't want to see Gamma building back up above us. That's going to spook me out of the trade for the short term, but we're hanging out for now. That 71.15 went negative as shit.
7150, yeah. Yeah, she did.
Ooh, this whole range did, actually. I'm going to pull this up. This actually might be bad for this little baby short I have on. This whole range went deep negative while we had that build up at 71.30. 71.20 fell off, which also isn't ideal if you stick to the premise of acceleration through red. If it breaks through the resistance it poses, that could be ugly for anybody short. So I'm going to keep that stop nice and tight. Nice and tight. We're not going to over-risk that. Again, it kind of acts as magnets, and we can see that the net call premium spiking as well. I'm going to leave my stop where it is, but if we get a pullback to break even, I'm going to take this off, wait for a deeper pullback, and I might switch my narrative here. Let's see how our updates go. We got another 4 minutes till we get another update. I am praying to the gods that time frame, so very near future. David Mangold, already out plus 1,400. Time to enjoy the day, my man. Go party. Hell yeah. Good trade, dude.
That's what it's about. Done in 15 minutes. Done
That's
15
a thing
minutes.
of beauty,
Can't
man.
argue with that.
Girls living the dream.
That is the goal.
All right, they did not get me on that candle. I'm surprised. I kind of expected that to stop me out. I'm still feeling like we're gonna get chopped in that range I talked about right out of the open. Before, no, it was right at the open, wasn't it? I didn't talk Periscope before the open today. That range is setting up nice and wide. Again, we're still falling off above, a tiny bit of buildup below, but nothing substantial that makes me feel extremely bearish. And again, if they get over the 71.20, they have a good argument to go test those higher gamma levels above. So we are gonna sit on our hands here. Let me cancel those ads. I'm not even gonna let this stop me out. I'm just gonna take it off. We took a $20 haircut there. Who cares? And I'm gonna wait. Even if they reject strong here, if they don't take out the bottom of this range, my narrative doesn't shift at all. Like right now, I want to see them set a nice range here, and we can maybe get some back and forth scalping if they stay pinned in that range. But until then, I gotta wait. We gotta wait. Yeah, I'm not gonna chase into that either direction yet. Like I said, we've got a range: positive gamma below, positive gamma above, negative gamma in the entire gap in between. So I kind of expect shenanigans unless they give a really strong breakout candle in one direction. And until then, my fat ass is sitting on my chubby little fingies.
Yeah, I'm just watching now. We get a couple more updates in here. Yeah, it's too congested here for me right now.
It
unless we
might
see
be
a
forming
big
that range
upside.
a little bit on the NASDAQ here, but nothing too spicy yet.
Yeah,
I am back in. All right, here we go. I'm probably going to take this off, see money, take money really fast here. If they bounce this, I'm out. We'll get a couple shekels
and just keep
back
in mind,
from that lost
do not shadow trade us either.
All right, I'm out.
There's a delay in the stream, so by the time he's out of something, in and out,
and my shit's quick.
Yeah.
Like I'll stop out in seconds. I'll take profit in seconds. If this goes a little lower, it gives me a good bounce, and they still maintain this little stair step that they just made. Honey buns, I'm going back in with more size. But they hit my initial profit target. I took it off. We got our $60 back. Now I just got to see how they play around in this range, because this can very easily do that annoying ass W pattern that I personally don't like. I like the M because I'm better at shorting than longing. Buyers really don't want this to go below low of day, or we can get spicy because we'll be breaking into that positive gamma range below us. And then below that, there's nothing but negative gamma all the way down to 7,000, which would be bonkers. Don't get me wrong. But as someone who likes shorting, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at all.
I know when I saw you, I was gonna give you a little shit yesterday
Real
when
quick,
I saw
here
you're
they're
like, I
testing
wouldn't
the
short. I was
bottom
gonna.
of that pre-market range right there. That's what they're testing here. If they break through that and give me a nice firm bounce back up to this thin blue line, which is the weighted moving average, I'm gonna short again. If they get to like 858 ish, and can't get back above that 68, I'm gonna short again. It's the same pattern that I always play. It's just a little wonky in the morning because, as you can see, we've got a pretty wide range forming. And yesterday, after those initial dumps and recoveries, we chopped again until the end of the day, and then it dumped again. But that's kind of been the pattern lately, which is big moves morning, chop all day, big move close. Although the other day, like MOC was like a couple million buy side or something, and nothing happened. Nobody cared about market on close because there was nothing happening.
Yeah, it's been brutal volume wise the last couple weeks. I mean, nobody wants to put on big positions when it's massive headline risk all the time, which I don't blame them. I mean, I'm hey, if I see profit same day,
Yeah, I'm with you on that because again, one tweet can just change literally everything instantly. See how all of this is still going further negative? I think we're going to get that 70-90 test. They couldn't get above 71.20. The only thing building up above us that isn't super far away is 71.30. They failed the 71.20 pop on that first attempt there. Let's see if they give us this wide-ass range, because this would be scalper's paradise if they pin it in this, like, 20, 30-point range here. There's our full update. We are deeper negative in the same zone now. 70-90 built back up. So did 71.30 and 35. And we had a fat flip at the 71.50 we talked about right out of the gate. So keeping an eye on this. We just set a new low on the NASDAQ. Depending on what this bounce does, I might join them for an attempt at 70-90. But if it doesn't bounce high enough out of here, I'm not going to chase it. We're already down to the bottom of that overnight session range. I'm not trying to YOLO into that down here. I have no problem selling the whole. I will say that. Like I don't really get shaky selling near lows if the pattern's there and it's clean, but we don't have that yet. This opening range, it's little stair steps down, but they haven't confirmed it as a downtrend at all. And again, we still have that positive gamma building above us. So chasing here could be catastrophic. It could test all the way up to the high really fast, really hard. I'm going to wait. But we are basically break even on the day. So not too shabby after those initial stop outs. But we're going to keep an eye right here. Maybe I'll get another stab at it. I want to see maybe if they can test that 71.20 again, because it is going negative, which would widen this negative gamma zone and really make that argument for the 71.30s. But that 71.20 has been the roadblock so far.
Yeah, I mean, it is not good price action to start the day. I mean, just absolute chop. So, but yeah, I like that 71.50 flip there. I keeping an eye on that one. Maybe if we get down to that 70.90.
And because of that build-up, those of you watching, that's why I cut my profit so fast. I saw my gain. We got most of the way to my target. I took that profit and fucked off. I don't like how it's building up like that. And as someone who's usually short, I want to see them confirm the downtrend. Otherwise, I'm just going to be taking really fast trades. Once I see profit, 10, 20 points, I'm out. Because right now, there's a good argument for more upside. We're still floating basically where we opened, which was, again, up the better part of 1% with that gamma building above us. So I'm keeping hands nice and calm. No twitch reaction. And even here, they rejected my level on the NASDAQ, instantly bought it back up. There's no short for me quite yet. I want confirmation of that downtrend or tests higher.
Yeah, I'd like to see some of that lower gamma fall off there a little bit as well. But, man, I'm eyeing that 71.50, man. I'm eyeing that.
Yeah, if we get up there, I'm going to throw something at it. I'll have to. I wouldn't be someone who short scalps if I didn't. That 71.50 is pretty Interesting. That was a big flip.
Yeah, I almost. I mean, if some of this lower gamma falls off, man. We'll see. We'll see, man. I got my broker open right now. I'm ready to put a trade on it, man.
He's itching.
Yeah,
He's
I'm itching.
itching.
When I see those flips, though, I mean that's I'm not big on trading when I'm streaming because I kind of pay a little too much attention to the trade, but
dude, it keeps me so much more honest.
Yeah,
like
it
I actually
helps.
really enjoy trading while live because I obey my rules so much more. Because even though I tell everybody don't shadow trade shit because it's dangerous, I could be out before you even hear me say I'm in. I know people are gonna anyway. That's just how people are. And so it keeps me honest as all hell. I don't fuck around as much.
Anything flow coming? Yeah.
All right, I want to see if NASDAQ forms another stair step here. If it does, I might take one more itty bitty baby scalp short. Otherwise, we are in waiting territory to see how price reacts around these pretty stacked gamma levels. Again, they really need to break through this negative gamma zone to push up toward that 7150. Like, yeah, they have to go up, but you know what I mean. I am in a tiny short. My stop will be like $20. I'm not risking it. I'm betting on basically this being another stair step. If they wick me out, we're just going to go back to straight up waiting for gamma exposure updates. Otherwise, price action, I'm not seeing it right. If I get stopped out of this one, it's not going to be my stair step. They can actually go a little bit higher and it still be a stair step, but I ain't going to risk it. All right, nice little pullback here. We're up about 11 points. I would love them to retest that 830 range, and I'm going to hold out for it. I don't want to move my stop. If they stop me out here, that's fine. I was just wrong about the stair step. We'll get back into a different trade later. But I would really like a test down into that 830 to 820 range, which should coincide. Where did my Periscope go? That should pretty well coincide with the middle part of this negative gamma zone. So about that 7110 to 7105 area. Oh, they didn't quite get there. That bottom wick, I don't like. I don't like that. That's a little bit more aggressive of a bounce than I like to see, but I'm going to let this 1 minute candle close. And if they just rip it and stick it, that's fine with me. That's fine. After this 1 minute closes, what I tend to do in a scalp, if I'm looking for a wider range, is I'll move my stop down to the tops of the 1 minute. For this one, I'm just going to go break even a little bit above that 1 minute because the pattern's not broken yet for that stair step. But again, I really want it down here into these 20s. If they don't give it to me, they don't give it to me. That's okay. We take another trade. New trades will come along. All right. See what they do. I also pay a little bit of attention to the the midpoint of the 1 minute candles, the 30 second. When I use other platforms, like when I trade on Top Step, for example, they have 30-second candles that you don't have to pay for. TradingView does not. What are we at here? I might take this off on that bounce. Let's do that. We're going to do that. See that big candle? I don't like that wick on the bottom. They could still come way up here, and it's still a stair step, but I'm not going to sit through it. I already have my profit. Why would I sit through that? I'm not going to. I'm quick in and out. A lot of people will just play these wide ranges and sit in it till it completes. I'm not that guy. I don't have the balls for that. So I just take these little quickies, man.
We got Matt on the chat asking, how do you view that market exposure screen? I'm new to Unusual Whales.
Where are we at? Matt, how
Matt
do you view that market
chat.
Exposure screen? So that is, real quick, that is market tide. If you're talking about the one I have on the right there, that's market tide. That is all options in the market. Net premiums. Oh, it's under market. Market tide.
I know, I'm still clicking around trying to find everything after they updated.
It's dude, I work here and I'm still clicking around after the updates. It has its own full overview page. You can adjust out of the money all. I put both on because I like to see both because sometimes they contradict each other. And in my experience, it's not a guarantee, but in my experience, the out of the money ones tend to win out in the end. Not immediately, but tend to. The other thing you're seeing is Periscope, which is attributed market. Look at that. See why I took that short off so fast? Look at that bounce. Yeah. I got right the hell out of that. But this is attributed market maker gamma exposure. This is real market maker positioning. There's no customers like you and me in this data. So it kind of stands aside from a lot of the other services that are like, we update in 30 seconds. Yeah, but you also include random Joe Schmoes making big bets, and that can really skew this. This is attributed market makers, actual market maker positioning. And all I did for this is I headed on over to the Superflow dashboard, and I just set it up with Periscope on one side, Market Tide on the other. You can set up 50 million dashboards. This is just my scalping dashboard. That's all it is. It's these two things. That's basically all I use. I don't place trades based on Market Tide, but I sure as shit use it for context. And we're up another 1/10% from the point that I said I got to get out of this short. So I'm glad I trimmed that. Good trade, safe one. Small, still a win. But yeah, that's all there is to it. You just add windows. You can add most things on the site with more coming. For example, this other one, I've got my interval flow. Market Tide still. I just like having that on there in general. And then this chat down here. We got a community chat. unusualwhales.com/community. I'm really hoping someday we really get this thing popping. Because it'd be really fun to have a second place where people are trading together all day. Because it's really fun to watch. But yeah, that's all there is to it on that.
Somebody's chasing those 717 FRMI 6 calls. I mean, it's up 11% on the day. Yeah.
We already looked at them, too.
I don't think we looked at these, did we?
Hey, if those are requests, that's chill, consistency spike, but be careful about sharing links in the chat on Twitter. We get a lot of spam and a lot of weird shit and a lot of self-advertisement, and you can't do any of that here.
Is tip rank something you've heard of?
It's fine, just don't keep doing it. Tip rank is like, it's a known site. Like it's not like scam shit, but try not to spam links. I don't want to issue mutes for no reason.
Tucker likes to fall for stuff.
Thanks for chilling with us, homie.
Yeah, if you give me the option, I'll take it.
Yeah, Tucker likes to click any link, so just watch.
Tucker just gets fished live.
Yeah, just let me know if it's spam. I'll click on it.
Yeah,
we are moving all the way up on the NASDAQ here. We just set a new high after setting that new low. And if they break above 901, I don't have a lot of resistance above, to be honest. We're still tickling the taint of all-time highs. That usually would have been a short, but I just wanted to point out that if they break above 900, I'm going to be uncomfortable trying to short for a while.
Look at the update, 7150 grew.
Yeah, did it? Yeah. They're building up above that 7135 too. Look at that. So, yep. For the bears of you in chat, now's not the time. You got to wait until we reverse. I would not try to preempt or top tick this. Sometimes I will try to top tick depending on the gamma exposure layout. Like if we were up at 7145 right now, yeah, I'd short and put my stop a little above 7150. Sure, but not here. Not here. We're still building positive above. All of that positive gamma positioning down below us I talked about as a potential extreme downside target has fallen off. This setup is rising. Market makers are positioning higher. This negative gamma zone they broke through, that's not resistance anymore. We're above it. So I could see a test to the mid-range of that negative gamma, but right now my bias remains long. The NASDAQ is up almost 1%, bro.
Yeah,
now is not the time for shorts, gang. If you get a good pullback, to these ranges down here, God forbid, all the way down to 850. Right now, I'd be looking for longs. I'd be looking for opportunities to join them until the structure changes, and right now it hasn't. The NASDAQ's a little messy. The range is pretty wide, but that bias is still to the long side. I don't think they're going to dip to new lows quite yet. We'll keep an eye on it, see if I get in long. Long is against my nature, but I'll do it for you guys.
That's okay, because guess who got a call on that dip right here?
Hell yeah. No, I love seeing Anthony trade the Periscope, because he's getting good at it. He's just afraid. He's just scared.
That 7150, I mean, kind of
hard to ignore, dude.
With that pop there.
Hard to ignore. And yeah, hypothetically, we could accelerate down through this that's now turning negative, but they're not showing me they're going to do that yet. Price actions to the upside. The homie Zoe. Thanks for the repost. Thanks for kicking it with us, homies. We'll be kicking over to flow reviews and general market shit in about 20 minutes, so stick around for that. Real quick, though. Hey, Tucker, you're supposed to have it open on the screen so you can just see it, so we don't have to say it.
I want to say
it. Well, there, now you have to be on the screen while Anthony talks.
All right, that's fine.
Cool.
All right, I'll be right back. Anthony, keep everyone updated on that call you're in. Let us know how you're feeling. We're going to test that negative gamma zone, I think, from above here.
Yeah.
I won't be afraid until they lose the bottom of it. And that is a pretty wide range for calls. That's why I keep trying to get you in to join me in Futures Land. But all right, I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm down a little bit on these, but hey, I'm very lightly in the position. We'll see. We'll come back and look. I'll see what we got for flow coming in. Tucker, you want to join in a couple trades with me?
Yeah, what we're looking at,
Just some 0 DTE calls.
That's what I was thinking, man.
He's like, what? Oh, yeah. Oh, let's see. Anything else? Just keeping an eye up here, man. They are slamming those 0 DTE calls still. Keep an eye there. We're starting to kind of move through that. I'll keep an eye on it. Anything for flow? MRVL's getting hit here. The 717-180 call.
Is it time for a request yet, or waiting on that?
No, I'm just trying to kill some time while
I'm back.
Nick's taking his
Baby,
whiz.
I'm back.
Hey, there he goes. I did not get out of. I haven't got out of my call yet either.
They went all the... I'm doing it. Fuck it. All right, I'm breaking my nature, and I'm going to set my stop really wide on the long, because back tests on the NASDAQ can be a little bit wider than the ES, and you got to just be comfortable with that. So my stop is below the last low that they made, banking on them not to do it again. Gamma's still set up above us, like I said. The downside is dropping off. And I'm going to sweat a little bit because I'm uncomfortable longing usually. But I said I'd do it for you guys. We got down to my support level. We're bouncing it really beautifully. This is a nice trade already. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I like that 1 minute candle opened above the close of the prior 1 minute candle. I am going to put my sell right above the daily high. And if they reject before then, I'll just flatten it. We just made $100.
I'm down.
9%
on my contracts. So.
I'm out. Let's fucking go, dude. I longed. Look at that. I'm learning.
Look at that. You can thank me.
Hey, I should have been more animated about that. Now that I think about it, because it
what
is.
What did you say this morning? Oh,
I know. I literally just said it, and it is known. It is known that I only short, and so me longing is kind of it's a thing.
Yeah. Okay. Hey,
I should have been more excited. I suck.
Hey,
all right.
I was gonna. I was gonna say that when you posted in the Periscope the channel yesterday, you're like, hey, I took a short. I was gonna be like, yeah, we know. Let us know when you take a long. Yeah. Like it's not a surprise.
We're not really overbought ? Dude, with the way the market works, especially under a Trump administration, the volatility can send us higher for no damn reason. That age-old quote about staying irrational longer than you can stay solvent is gonna permanently remain true. Because I mean, if you were around or watching markets during the COVID pandemic, that beginning drop terrified people, and then more and more bad news came out, more and more issues with shipping, more and more problems caused by the shutdowns, caused by the government's reaction to the virus itself, the deaths, the hospitals overwhelming. It went up anyway. You know what I mean? Like it found its bottom and rocketed. I did try to buy more puts when that happened, and guess what? It didn't go well. I got blasted. The market doesn't give a shit. It doesn't care. And today that trajectory stays up. That gamma is still building above us. I honestly, if that was a short and this chart was upside down, I never would have closed it there. But I'm uncomfortable in longs. I just am. It's how my brain works. It's busted in that way. And we actually got to where my profit take was too, but that only would have been another.
Yeah, I'm break even on my.
It would have been like
right
$20.
Now, so.
Yeah, dude, that's the threat with 0-date options is your setup can be perfect, and you can lose anyway because of theta.
I got it a little early. I got in about this level right now.
Oh, a little bit of a
I mean,
preempt.
I'm not. Yeah.
I wouldn't sweat it yet.
A little bit.
The only thing that might make you sweat is we can pull back pretty far and stay bullish.
Yes.
But I won't overdo my warnings on longs because the setup is long, and frankly, I suck at longs. So I'll let you just do your own your own trade management. I will not intervene. With shorts, I'll usually have comments, but I get wrong about full targets on longs so often. But that 71.35 would be my first real strong target, just because 71.30 is falling off a little bit there, and 71.50's been building. But keep in mind, yesterday 71.70 was huge in the morning, if you remember. That was that short we caught, and we just rode that bastard down. Here, let me pull that up because it's a good example.
Yeah, you do that because I'm watching for the update here.
It's a good example of how quickly shit can change. And we took the trade, and it was baller. We actually took it twice. Here was the second one. This is the second. We saw market maker exposure above us dropping off here.
There we go. There's not to interrupt you. There's 10% on my trade right there.
Attaboy. Is this on your main account or the side one?
This is I'm just trading very, very lightly on my actual,
well, I was just wondering if there's something
account.
you were comfortable showing on screen and shit.
No, it was only a couple contracts on this one.
Oh,
this was
Christ.
Contracts, no.
How's it going, Brad? Brad's in the chat giving me shit.
Hey, there we go. I'll take it though. There's my little scalpy poo. I probably exited a little bit early on that one too.
It's fine, dude. 10% add up so fast. But this was the second one we took. Market maker exposure was dropping above us, building heavily below us. We took that on the rejection of that positive gamma zone. And honestly, I didn't hold it for the full way. I took it off on that 71.75. And actually, later that day, we got more buildup below and made it all the way down to 70.50, like to the tick, which was the first. That was, again, in the mornings, I'll point out these wide-ass ranges, never expecting them to happen, and they did. We pointed out 70.50 at, market open Monday. No, this was Tuesday.
When you're done on that, I found a... Yeah, you do that. You do that.
So here, don't pay attention to the price. That doesn't update with the time frame. I might put in a ticket to request that there's a toggleable way to do so these replays are easier for me to show. But here, I'm going to go from market open to about midday, where this candle currently is. And you can see 71.70 up here will explode positive out of the open and then taper off all day. And that tapering off is what triggered my short way up here. So just keep an eye on those candles. See how it exploded positive right out of the open? That's where we got this massive pump. And then as we updated, bye-bye. And that's where we got that massive... The update started right about here on the pullback. And then it just kept diminishing all day while we built up heavier and heavier below us. That triggered my short for sure. This guy right here was the giveaway for me. That 70.70. 71.70 disappeared. 70.70 built up. We shorted that shit. So that's just the general premise of how we scalp this intraday. Hopefully that was informative and helpful and not a waste of time. But we vibe.
I'm happy you took some time going through that, because at first this looked good. Now we got a big chunk of bid side on this. This still does look like a buy to open to me, though. I mean, it kind of goofy off the start there, but I mean, you're getting an ascending fill here for the most part there. So I mean, these look buy to open to me. I mean, even with the kind of the bid side stuff,
MRVL has had some spikes lately too.
Yeah,
look at that. It's becoming one of those names with a shitload of liquidity, though. I've noticed, this year as in general.
That was a very long-term trade too. I'm not a long-term trader. I mean, that was a 5-minute trade on Periscope there, and that's one thing too that
we're about to go higher on the NASDAQ, y'all.
Yeah, of course we are, because I sold. I'm gonna start trying that where you kind of wait for that negative gamma and see if we hold that big negative gamma spot. That's very interesting.
It'll give you some decent pullbacks, I think. I would keep an eye again on the 7120. If they stick that landing, dude, 7150 is just so high. But Nasdaq's already it's above 1%. There's no reason ES and the S&P can't follow it. Yesterday, the ES was leading the Nasdaq on the moves, which was frustrating for me because I trade the Nasdaq while watching S&P data. But I caught it, luckily. Yeah, we're vibing right now. We're hanging out. GEV ticker. We got a couple requests for that. We'll get to that in about 5 to 10 minutes here. Maybe we'll start a little early. Right now, we're just trending up. There's no new trades for me right now.
What a read, though. And you would have even had because you sold your SPY calls there for what, 10% too?
Oh, I was in futures. I didn't have SPY calls.
Or future. Sorry.
I got whatever that math is. 40 points for 10. I sold for 120. That is what's 12, 30 points. I got 30 points on that one. But yeah, we're pushing up really well. And again, here, let me Alt-I. Here, I turned my chart upside down so it looks like the patterns I actually trade. If I was shorting this, there's still no reason for me to exit. You see how they never get new lows here? It looks like highs because it's upside down, but I'm just looking at it like this for me because I suck at longs. Looking at it from the perspective of a short, there's literally nothing telling me to close that long, but I'm a coward and I did. If these were shorts, dude, I'd be trailing to the 1 minute, get stopped out once we backtest that range, short again, but it's not. We're long, and so let's see if I apply that logic. If we backtest this 900 level, this 915 to 900 area without sweeping this little range they built up, I'll long again. And we will break records of me taking more than one long, let alone in a week, in 1 day. That's batshit stuff. But we will get to GEV in a bit. Don't worry. And actually, since we're so close to doing flow requests, folks, I know if you're on mobile for the X chat, it disappears. Don't worry, it doesn't on our end. We'll still see it. On YouTube, it just doesn't disappear. Go ahead and spam the tickers, preferably with a contract coinciding, but not required. It just makes it easier for us. But go ahead and drop things you want to look at. Tickers, companies, flow. And we'll pull that shit up here in about 5 to 10 minutes or so. I want to see if they give me a pullback. But you were talking about long-term trades there as well. We had one that Snorlax was tracking on Amazon. This bad boy held from February to forever. Here are those initial entries back in February. 2 fatties, both carried over, equal size. We don't got no flips here. They added while
you guys carried over equal size?
Get out. You're grounded. And then they held that shit all the way to what? The 16th? Very clear and clean exit there. Go ahead and stack these candles on top of each other. And we've got a clean exit. And we did see that open interest fall off. But this bad boy held that shit for months, man. I don't do that usually. And then we had like a much shorter term one on SoFi. They only held for a couple weeks. Who cares about them?
Man.
I inhaled coffee again. Oh, God.
What a move on Periscope, man.
Ow.
What a call out.
I deserved that. For some reason, I deserved that. I don't know why. Tucker, if you want to start copy pasting some of the tickers coming in. No, Brad, he did not ask me to talk about him. I stole it from him, essentially, for that article. I didn't have any good flow for the week. I was watching Periscope all week while working on a couple videos, and I saw that one on Snorlax's page. It was a perfect example for what I wanted to write about, so I stole it.
Most people don't seem to be dropping specific.
Yeah, we got a couple.
Hold on, we just got one. We just got an actual.
Yep, just go ahead and place them in chat. We're gonna see if we can snipe a pullback for another scalp. It's starting to give us a little pullback here. I wanted to test the top of this range. If I don't get that 15-point pullback from here, I'm not gonna long it. which might be the wrong decision. That's fine. They could easily set this as the new stair-step low up. I'm not going to risk it for 10-point reward when my stop out is 40. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. But I would like to see them dip to... I have a thing for this. Hold on. I have a thing for drawing on my actual screen without having to take a screenshot, and I haven't used it. Oh, that's right. It takes up so many resources for no damn reason. I forgot about that. Folks in chat, if the screen starts getting shitty, let me know, and I'll close this right away. I just want to draw on the screen. Where'd it go?
Yeah, I'll keep you updated.
Where'd it go? There it is. I opened it, nothing happened. Yeah. All right. I want them to test. Holy shit, that's huge. Jesus. Take 2. Let me make that smaller. Can I make that smaller? Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
It looks like it's going okay, actually.
All right, dope.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
No, it's fine.
All right, cool. So what I want to see before I long again, right now, this could be another stair step up, just like these were. But what I want to see them do before I, with my 0 risk tolerance in longs to long, I want to see them test the top of this range here. That's what I want to see. Otherwise, my stop out is below this range. And if I enter here, fuck me, dude. That is pain. 50 points on the NASDAQ, even with the micro NASDAQ, which is what I trade, that's $2 per point per contract. I trade 2 to 4 contracts. 50 points would blast me, man. That would hurt so bad. So the risk to reward's not there. Even if we just squeeze up, I don't care because the risk isn't something I want to risk at all. That's too far. So I want to see them test like here to here-ish, and then I can place my stop down here and be more comfortable with the continuation. And now it does look like they formed another stair step. I still want to see that deeper pullback or I'm not comfortable. That's just my brain. I don't do longs well. It is what it is. What are you going to do? Now, how do I shut this off? I don't know how to shut this off. How do I shut it off? Stop doing it. Nope, it's still a pencil. Is it still a pencil? All right, I'm free. But yeah, that did end up being another stair step. I was wrong to not chase it. But again, my risk tolerance, not very high for longs. That stop out would have been pretty far. Would have been pretty far. So what I'm going to do actually real quick is I'm going to put out a call to arms. Dude, we just set another new high. 973 is the new NASDAQ high. Yeah, I was wrong not to chase it, boys, but that's fine. My risk tolerance was not there. How do you draw those lines on the periscope? What do you mean? What are you referring to? I'll try to help you out here. Which lines?
Was that all we were just doing, or was that before?
No, that was me drawing price action on the NASDAQ chart. Which lines do you mean, Rob?
Draw those lines.
I hope you didn't leave. I know the Twitter delay ain't that long. Are you meaning like the literal lines that appear like that? Because then you just hover. You just hover over those gamma exposure levels and they'll show you what the exposure is for each one. If you mean the actual levels themselves, they auto-populate. I don't know what you mean. I'm scared. I want to help. Rob, come back! Rob, no!
I'm trying to help you, buddy.
Rob! Rob, come back.
Oh, man.
He lost his love for us. He's gone. We lost Rob, guys.
Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, we lost him.
What's that squeak?
I have no idea. It's definitely coming from Anthony, though.
Dog's upstairs. I'm going to have to go take his toy away from him. I'm waiting for him to run down, and he'll just usually like squeak it in my face. If he comes down with it, I'll show you.
It's not particularly aggressive.
Oh no, it's about to get aggressive. I see him falling down the stairs right now with it. Here, I'm gonna see if I can hit the camera here. Maybe we'll see. Waiting for him to come in that door, man. Oh no, he's not. Oh, here he comes! Here he comes! Here he comes! What are you doing?
Hold on. Let me do that. So you get a bigger view of the boy. Or the top of Anthony's head, I guess. Look at the little homie!
Oh. Yeah, see, look, there's a little squeak toy. I should probably steal that quick. Well, let's see what he does. Let's see what he... Oh, maybe. Nope. Nope. At least he did it. Oh, what a good boy. Look at this. Okay, I'll put this
I just told everyone on Twitter to join for flow requests, and they're going to come in to just 2 goobers and
dog requests. Look at him just hanging out, just chilling. What a good boy. What a good boy.
What made you determine the support zone just now and stop level? Literally just that pattern, homie. So let me reopen my my broken ass drawing tool. So right here, this is a pattern they're forming. They're stair stepping up, and I'm regarding the tops of each stair step as support, with the bottoms of each stair step as stop outs, because if they break through the bottom of these steps, that's a break of the pattern. The pattern has stopped. They're no longer doing these nice little steps up if they break below the last stair step. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean we're switching into a bull or a bearish situation, but that's all I'm willing to risk, because each time they've made these stair steps, they've never gone back below it. This whole thing up, we're just trending up and to the right. I'm just drawing out the actual pullbacks that are therein. But that trend is straight up and to the right. There's nothing telling me shorts are safe, and I will not be doing a short. But if we get back tests of these stair steps from above, because you can see this one didn't quite get there. This one did. This got right to the top of that stair step. The rest of them, they're not doing full back tests. This one did right here. Right here's the top of that little push. They back tested it directly. The top of this wick is the bottom of this wick. This one, again, didn't quite get low enough for me to be comfortable. I want to see them backtest the top of the stair step before forming a new bottom for me to be comfortable longing. I'm a little riskier with shorts because I'm really comfortable in shorts, but that's just the general pattern that we're watching today. And again, Periscope is still building above us. Buyers are in full control this morning. Full control. All right, let's start pop in. What do you mean show screen? Oh, I'm a dick. Hold on, that's my bad. That's my bad.
Man, what'd you do?
I forgot to switch it back off of the dog view. All right. Let me open my broken pen tool again.
Jeez.
This is the kind of guy you're getting. All right. Actually, I have to turn that off again. So, what I just said, a quicker version, we're making little stair steps up with each pullback, right? So, that means each of these top points is the top of the step. What I want is I want to see the pullbacks test the top of those shelves. You could call them shelves. The general trend, again, is pretty cleanly up and to the right. All I was doing was drawing that stair step motion for it for each of these pullbacks. This is the one I wanted it to test to go long for this breakout here. They didn't get down there, so I wasn't comfortable taking that long, because the stop out was going to be too far below for my risk tolerance in a long. That's about all there is to that with the price action point. But the trajectory is up. You can buy all of these pullbacks and you're going to make a little money on the scalp currently, but that can change at any time. That's why we keep a close eye on Periscope, that market maker gamma position. Sorry about that. All right, we got screens on. All right, we can go ahead and start flow requests. So let's go back in time to the tickers people dropped. I know we had one specific contract, so we can actually start with that, even though it came in a little later than the rest, just because it's easier to start with. And then we'll start doing some general flow requests, just from the tickers that you guys shared. Did you already pull up that FFAI, Anthony? I saw you had it up when I was clicking around earlier.
I started looking at that. It looks like, I'm assuming they're probably talking about today's volume. It looks like maybe some... Okay, hold on. I gotta take this toilet. Give me a second here.
He's trying. He's trying
so hard. What I think he was going to say, though, is today's volume could be completely exits, and yesterday's volume likely was. There's only a few parties, probably this down here. I'll have him scroll down when he gets back, but that's 7112 down here, carryover. Presumably, you can make the assumption here that this volume yesterday was that person. Who else can trade 7,000 contracts in one fell swoop in one day without anything changing? So what happened here is intraday transactions or a position changing hands, because you can have 7,000 volume on 10,000 open interest and only have 271 carry over. There's only two explanations for that. The first one is intraday trading, where they're getting in and out on the same day. That'll count as two transactions of volume, but only the contracts that stay open or fully closed will carry over into the open interest. So this 7,000 could technically be only 3,500 contracts. We don't know. That 7,300 could be 3,500 contracts transacting from one person to another, or that same person closing it after they opened it. And that open interest isn't going to change, but that volume will double because that was transacted twice. Now, the other explanation of it, if Anthony, you want to scroll down in the history open interest down there at the bottom a little bit, I want to see that 7112 open interest. Now, the other explanation of why we see all of that volume and no open interest carryover is that 7,000 contract position that carried over could have closed here yesterday, and somebody else opened those contracts at the same time, changed hands rather than closing, opening, closing, opening. And that would be an explanation for why we see so much volume and no open interest carrying over. I basically did the full FFAI read.
Hey, perfect.
Oh, you brother. I'll let you start off with the harder ones where there's not any context.
Oh, cool.
Tucker gave us a shitload of stuff. Oh, Tucker, you silly sumbitch.
Yeah, what's up?
You're supposed to be in the Discord watching the extra screens, man. What are you doing? Get him out of here. Fired.
Tucker, we just did FFAI.
Yeah, we just did FFAI. Tucker.
FCEL.
Isn't that literally fuel cell?
Yeah, look at that. You got it right.
Big brain, big brain.
$10 stock, up 14%
on
the day.
Did they have earnings? Nope.
You already checked? Let's see. When do we have earnings? 6/5? Okay,
Jeez.
June.
All the way in June. Who do they think they are, NVIDIA? Waiting till everyone else is done.
Yeah, that always blows my mind. Yeah, this name doesn't get a lot of option flow. I mean, here and there, but I mean, not really big spikes. Yesterday, or well, Monday, was your biggest spike there. Looks like probably just assuming here we can take a peek, but maybe some rolling going on here yesterday, and then seeing more ask side today. Let's just look at today. Actually, I want to look at yesterday's. I want to see what caused that drop first before we kind of continue. So it looks like...
Oh, you don't need manners, Full Metal Max.
9 call.
You're one of our homies, dude. Just make sure you make fun of Anthony and Tucker every now and again and talk about how pretty I am.
These yesterday, let's see. Yeah, these all came in at the bid yesterday. I don't show it as multi-leg at all, so I mean, hey, you can be bullish at the bid. It's just what your contract's being filled. And I'm just kind of looking through here. I'm not getting any major clues from this here. It is an ascending fill, so okay, little ascending
fill. You do
get
that ID drop off as well. Just not crazy, but it's yeah, I'm leaning sold.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope in their case they did not. But again, bid fills don't necessarily mean a guarantee of a sell. But here's the thing, real quick, Anthony. Go ahead and look at 420 to 421.
Yep.
5,000 contracts. Now go ahead and look at 421. 5,000 contracts. That homie's gone.
Yep.
He's gone.
Yep. So that was your cause in that drop in that net call premium.
We even got some of that fall off. A good portion of his position changed hands. But, you know, a good almost 2,000 contracts fell off. So he's gone. Who else? Go ahead and like just down at the bottom, the historical again.
Oops, my bad.
You silly.
The 9, yes it was.
Who else in the markets? Real quick, pop quiz. Go back up to the top. I just wanted to focus on those transactions. Who else in the market could close 5,000 contracts all at once? Nobody, right? Only one entity or person has that much of a position on. And nobody else can transact that many contracts at once and have any open interest fall off because only one person has that many contracts, whoever the hell this was. That position's gone. They took profit. That's a good gain, too. It looks like they filled at 120-ish, 124, up to 220. They made $100 per contract on 5,000 contracts. Let's fucking go. But I'm going to say that person, he's gone. They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone. A new position might have transacted in there as well, and that's why we didn't see the full position fall off. I got into an argument with someone about this the other day. They didn't like an article I wrote, and that's their problem. Just because the open interest doesn't fall off doesn't mean that position's not gone. That position partially changed hands and partially closed. We know that because the full volume value of that position transacted with 1,800 falling off. That means 3,000-ish changed hands. That position's still open. Someone else just has it, and it probably is on the opposite side, so it sucks to be that person right now.
Yeah, definitely interesting. So that was the reason. Ooh, what was this? Tuesday. Okay, so today, let's see if we got any flow coming in.
15% jumper, dude. What happened?
FCEL. What do we have for?
To the Google!
Fuel cell. I don't see anything.
Any press release or anything on their website? Nothing since March. Is this a just cuz situation again? Because I swear to God. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Guess what?
What?
It's AI related. Fuel cell energy jumps as investor focus returns to data center power theme and hydrogen tech. So I guess it's more to it than that, but they're having a hard focus on data centers like fucking everybody else, ruining communities and shit.
You gotta say AI in your. It's like
you just gotta ruin communities and pollute shit. Gotta do it.
2022, 2023. I mean, earnings call. I swear, every earnings call said AI at some point in it. Every earnings call, like, just.
Oh, also, everybody ignore the site that news article was from. Thanks.
I didn't even see it, so
it was from a competitor site.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good thing Matt's on vacation. Maybe I'll tell him. I'll send him. What time is this? Let's see. So an hour and 36 minutes in. Got it. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, it was cool. Nick can say his goodbyes because we'll probably never see him again. But yeah, the highest volume contracts today. Yeah, I'm just doing kind of a face value check here. Just pretty. I mean, all calls, mostly ask side here. You do have the one short-term 420, 410 call coming in at the bid. Probably some potential profit taking there. Yeah, it looks like profit taking. Look at all that volume yesterday here, and about half of it carrying over. Now you're getting some more today, and then maybe a little questionable. Yeah, I mean, you're getting a lot of At first, it looked like an easy one there, a big multi-leg too, 9% in the money. Yeah, so 2,300 contracts traded yesterday, pretty much at the ask. You have 1,000 carryover.
Do another price action lesson. Because what I was waiting for just happened while I was talking.
It looks like I'm kind of trying to look at this here. It looks like maybe whatever kind of came in here. This is just speculation here. Whatever kind of these big bumps here maybe got out in here. I mean, hard to tell. And then somebody else would be holding about, and that math isn't even mathing there for me. I mean, you got 541 contracts. You have 1,000 carryover. Yeah, this one's a little messier there.
And sometimes they just close partial positions.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be exact. And again, some of it can just straight up be new positions that close intraday.
We got a 300 here at close here too. It snuck in there on those big bid sides there. So yeah, I mean, man, maybe something was going on here at the open. Then you have the 541 there, or maybe these two contracts are what carried over. Again, we don't know what part of this volume actually carries over, just when it's a little more messy like that. But a lot of bid side candles today, so I would assume probably some profit taking going on. I mean, your average yesterday was about 43. Their average today is 122. So I mean, it would make sense to see some profit taking, especially 10% in the money. Anything else on? Let's see today. Oh, look at that. Another good kind of example here of a potential closer. 2,200 at the bid, about 2,200 at the ask and mid side there. This I'm gonna pop this in here because I want to come back on Monday and we can take a peek at this one. Hold on.
All right, real quick while you look that up. This is exactly what I was looking for when I was talking about those pullbacks to whoever asked. I wanted to see them back test the top of a shelf further down. I missed it while talking, unfortunately, but that's okay. I suck at longs anyway. Here's our high. Here's our prior shelf. But if you recall, I wanted a lower shelf back test to be comfortable. Well, look where they back tested. Right there. Right at the top of that shelf. Right there was our long. I wouldn't have held out for a new high of day, even though the gamma exposure setup is still there for higher. I probably would have closed it at the bottom here of the high of day shelf, just to be safe, because I'm a coward with longs. But this is what I was talking about earlier. A test from above of a prior stair step, a little bit lower down than we were, to long. And that's what we got. Because again, even if a pullback feels scary, guess what hasn't changed whatsoever? The gamma exposure setup. They're still building up higher at that 7150 with everything below us falling off. A little bit of this negative gamma zone's moving toward the positive side, but not substantially. Trajectory stays up. That was our beautiful little pullback to the top of the prior shelf. Happened on the SPX to a T as well. They bounced right off that 7120. And if you remember this morning, 7120 was the spot to beat. It's now negative. Lo and behold, gamma wins again. But all right, let's go ahead and look at GEV next, because homie asked for that first, and then we'll do that.
I've got that up right here. Just
Perfect.
One more thing before we get onto that. We can look at this on Monday, but 2200 or 2243 at the bid here, and now we got about 2248 here at the ask and mid. I want to come back to this Monday. It'll probably, I'm making a guess here. It's probably getting closed out here at the ask and the mid. Again, we won't know until that open interest updates, but this could be a potential really good example here of an opening at the bid and then a close at the ask. So that one's one we can come back to Monday. GEV here though, yeah, big spike in net call premium today, dropped off very heavily here, probably profit taking because they had earnings here in the morning, it looks like. Contract wise though, I'm not seeing too much here. Maybe this 515 780 put, again, just not a lot of volume coming in here, but that 515 780 put, let's just take a peek at it here. So it looks like they filled at 90. They got a little pop up to 117. No signs of really exiting. Really high multi-leg though, so let's just kind of take a peek at that. It looks like the whole thing is, ooh, that is an ugly multi-leg trade too. Nick, would you like to do this one? Probably not.
No. What in the hell, bro?
That's very ugly.
We also have open interest on some of those. There's 4 involved. I wonder. Look, here. It's so ugly, man. But it kind of looks like they're closing the 1000s and 780s, whatever the hell that spread was, and rolling it into the 900, 1100s. I almost would assume that if you click that multi-leg, no, don't even click the multi-leg, click the 780 puts contract link, find where it opened, and I wouldn't be shocked if we see a roll there too. I think this person's just rolling its spread. Yeah, click that one. No, click that. Yeah, click that.
Maybe. There we go.
Shocker! Another multi-leg.
Oh, look at that.
This person's just rolling a spread forward, end over end, time and time again. It's another one of those where they're just rolling their spread, and I'm not 100% positive on what the spread was to begin with, because I bet you if you click the opening candle of the last one, it's another roll. I'm willing to bet this has been going on for months. Yep.
Look at that.
Look at that. I'm willing to bet it's going on. That was the first one. That's the first one. I think that's the first one. Notice how there's no accompanying contracts. Click that big candle way in the back. Click the opening candle for that one. Yep. Now if you click that multi-leg, yeah, this is the first one, I think. There's no accompanying roll. This is the first one. So let's look at this one first. And again, yeah, we can't. Because the fill prices are very mid-ish compared to the bid-ask spread. I wouldn't be confident which is long and which is short. I would assume the 840s are long and the 650s are short, because why the hell would you buy those deep in the money puts like that? So my suspicion is this is a synthetic long. They buy calls and sell puts, and they've just been rolling it end over end. They're probably they're in profit. They are substantially in profit. Holy shit. Oh my God. Bookmark this. I'm making a video on this bastard. This is a big long-term trade that they're rolling end over end, and they are banking. Look at that. Look at that.
All right, I'll pop it in our thing.
Holy shit. Yeah, this is an end over end synthetic long. Bro.
There you go.
What?
That thing is.
Homie Zoe and somebody else said GEV2. Good one to pull up. This probably isn't what you're looking for, but it was a nice little find. Every now and again, we catch these day over day, month over month large positional rolls, and even though it was really hard to get a grasp on those fill prices, it's a synthetic long. This is a synthetic long. Brad, if you're in the chat, would you agree? I know you love synthetic longs. So it used to be your name for like 2 years. But yeah, this is an end over end roll of a synthetic long, and they are compounding gains like crazy. Look at this shit. This call doubled in price. The put went to 0. No, this call tripled in price. They didn't hold it the whole time though. They held it for about a double there. Right here's their exit. Yeah, this person's synthetic longs are printing over and over. This is actually a batshit crazy trade. I'm gonna go through and try to math that out later. This person's making millions upon millions of dollars over and over. This was a good find. This is a good find.
Somebody found their Wednesday article, I see.
What was the Wednesday article? Oh, the long-term hold?
the GEV. It's Wednesday today.
Oh,
Unusual Whales.
I do Thursday now.
He's like,
but yeah, I'm gonna write about this on Thursday.
Somebody doesn't pay attention. I see.
Yeah, this will be getting rid about. I might even make a video on it. We'll see. But this is a really good example of tracking historical flow. Usually, I give up going back in time because this shit will be going on for like 8 months, and I'm not trying to put all that time into clicking a contract over and over. This one only went back a couple of fills. So I'll do a nice little write-up on this, explain it a little bit better than I did just now. But this person is compounding gains like crazy, rolling this synthetic long forward. God damn.
That's crazy.
I don't really see anything else on it, but this person's been bullish on GEV for a while, and they've been getting paid for it. They've been getting paid for it. And it's up 13% today? What the fuck?
Yeah, oh, so
13% on a $1,000 stock is substantial, by the way. What the hell?
$100 or so. 125, 100.
Give or take.
140-ish. Yeah, give or take.
Okay, all right then.
Yeah, so that multi-leg here, this is not like, again, just face value. Looking at this, you might think, oh, they're ask side puts. Nope, and that is why you dive into the flow. That is why you dive into it. That's why they have everything up here. I mean, you can easily see multi-leg, and you see what we found. I mean, it's significant. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not seeing much for GEV there. Sadly, and open interest wise, yeah, I don't think you're probably wanting to pay $485 a contract, but it looks like those 115.27s are have been open for
I do
kind
of wish we caught this on its first fill, because that sort of positioning is low-key playable with out-of-the-money contracts.
That's insane.
Yeah, that is bullish as all hell.
Yeah, nothing else for GEV. I do have a coin request too that somebody sent me a message on.
Sure. Yeah, we got plenty of time to tackle all the requests that came in. Go ahead, if you have specific contracts, drop those in. We have a ton of raw read tickers, so anything we add to the list now I think should be pretty clean contracts if you have anything you want us to take a look at specifically. Otherwise, we're going to start trucking through some of these just raw ticker requests that we already got in here. All right, go ahead.
Coin. So little poppin' ask side call premium, bid side puts today. We are up 6% on the day. Anything interesting here? Just a lot of short-term stuff. Maybe these 515 250 calls, a little more on the ask side. When do we have earnings? And this is going to probably be a no, just kind of looking at that open interest already. earnings. Coin earnings are May 7th. So let's just see here. Yeah, I'm not. It's got so much high volume on those weeklies. So let me just kind of do a little quick looky poo here. Yeah, I'm just trying to weed that down a little bit. A little high multi-leg there. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much in here for it. Yeah, just kind of lower premium here, and you got some earnings stuff that's gonna overlap there. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much on coin there. Yeah, I'm gonna end, especially with it being up 6% on the day, without another big opening trade. I don't think anything hit my filter on it. Let me just double check here. Coin. Nope. Yeah, nothing on my filters for that. So I'm gonna probably say nothing on coin there.
I am in a teeny tiny NASDAQ short with a stop right above this shelf. Gamma exposure hasn't changed enough for me to be confident that we're going to be going short yet, but I'm trying to see if they're going to give me some stair steps down for a deeper back test. Again, not super confident, so my stop is tight. I'm only going to lose like $40 on this if I'm wrong, but it's literally the same thing that we did to the upside earlier. I want this to turn into shelves to the downside. I don't think they're gonna, but it's one of my short patterns, and I gotta play my patterns. You feel me? It's literally the opposite of what we just did to the upside all morning. I don't want them to take out this high. If they do, I'm just gonna have to go back to waiting until they take out highs of day and look another stair step up, and that's fine. Sometimes counter trend is the scarier trade. Sometimes it works out. There we go. We lost $40. No big deal. We're still in the stair step up regime here. Up and to the right. Stalling a little near highs here, but again, I'll just wait until I get a full gamma exposure change out. Otherwise, my true stop would have to be high of day, and I'm not going to sit through 40 points of drawdown. All right, back to the flow reviews.
So that
short's playing out without me too. That's hilarious.
Sending. So it looks like we have Intel, NVTS, SWMR that are just kind of blanket requests here. So I'm just going to kind of go through the blanket ones a little quicker, unless you have a specific contract that you want me to look at. Otherwise, I mean, you can spend 20 minutes looking at each one, and I'm sure nobody wants to.
Yeah, just see if there's anything like glaring, and if not, a quick overview of why it's not super clean on the day. But if you have specific contracts on any of these general requests that you guys have dropped so far, feel free to plug them in. Otherwise, the overview ones we'll kind of truck through so we can get to individual contracts as well. But we still got plenty of time here. We're hanging out.
Yeah, kind of just take the blanket request as a kind of face value here, unless we actually dive into a specific contract. So Intel here, your two highest volume contracts. Already?
Yeah. I should have set it a little bit higher on the shelf. That's all right. All right. I won't update trades until they're done while we're doing flow requests, so I don't interrupt the flow requests. But we're not done trading. All right, go ahead.
So that 424.67 call, I'm guessing there's probably a lot of volume. Just kind of face value here. It looks like this is probably not necessarily, because it's 2,200 contracts. We have 5,400 open contracts. So this is a double check that open interest one there. You just kind of see all that previous flow here, just kind of muddy. You don't know how much is going to carry over. I double check open interest on that one. Let me just check that candle quick. Speed round of flow here. I mean, the flow looks good here. I mean, you have your IV spike, spots filling at the ask. IV staying up. We do have earnings tomorrow, so just keep that in mind. And little drop in that IV here towards the end here a little bit too. So that might kind of, I think it could be maybe potential coming off the table there. Let me just one more quick look here. Like how I say it's a quick overview, then it always
the 20 minutes later.
Hey, you don't know what this is. It could be something in here. Yeah, just I double check open it. Yeah, I mean you could spend the blanket requests are fun. It's just they're 10-15 minutes for each one. Again, another one coming.
They're good examples of how you just do raw looks, at least. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, 7,000 open interest contracts. Again, I don't know if this is related to this. Maybe they're, I mean, you shorted the put and they're buying them back at 40. I mean, you don't know. I mean, and earnings are tomorrow too, so you're seeing kind of, different interesting trades come in too. I would not be surprised to kind of, maybe see that be a potential buyback because again, kind of like Nick was saying earlier, that 420 here. I just want to go back here quick.
420, Blake.
Here's one trader with 5,000 contracts. How many other people can close 5,000 contracts? Just one trader. So maybe it was a short put and they're just getting out very quickly there. I mean, it'd be kind of a dumb trade there. I mean, 42 and you're getting out at 40 there. I mean, a 5% trade for collecting the premium, kind of dumb, but you never know. I mean, never fully know, but I think this might be part of a closure here. Other than that, yeah, not really anything interesting on Intel. Let me just, for earnings there, look at that downside move on, or the historical move on Intel. Again, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to always happen, but just keep in mind with earnings coming up, if it does not hit that implied move on a weekly, you're probably not going to be in the best shape on weekly contracts. But yeah, this one, I mean, favors the downside historically there. Yeah. Let's do NVTS. Oh, I always close my tabs. I have so many tabs open that I just close them all too. So NVTS. So let's do a check here. So a lot of call. Did we just have earnings 5.5? So big spike yesterday, little spike today, kind of moving up from that yesterday. What are we up? 11% on the day. Just kind of a face value check. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything super opening. Maybe this 424.19. Let's just take a peek. And that's interesting there. I mean, 40 cents there. They already kind of made a big move there, so I don't think I would be a fan of chasing that. And they are trading at 45 right now, so they're up about 10% if that whale is still in and somebody else isn't holding that. Again, just one that I'd want to check that open interest on there. My guess is I'd assume it would carry over. Again, high multi-leg now too on this. Let's just see in here where that multi-leg is. Multi-leg. That can't be the one contract. There's no way. Maybe. Oh, I don't know. I don't see the multi-leg on there. Just the two little contracts, and it's telling me it's 24%. Maybe it's that first candle. Let's just check here. Yep, right here, 500 contracts. So looks like maybe they're rolling the strike up, possibly there, Nick. What do you think? Again, a lot of kind of.
He's got delivery, guys. He stepped out for a sec.
Oh, he did.
He'll be back in a second.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm not gonna wait for him. So NVTS, yeah, probably nothing much on that one. Let's do SWMR. Is that what he said in the chat? I haven't looked at the message.
Yeah, he just pinged us. It's all good.
WMR. It's WMR. Do we have something different on that? Why is it not showing for me? It's WMR.
What'd I miss?
Nothing.
All right, dope.
SWMR. I don't see anything on that one. Maybe I'm crazy? The homies, though, if you want to drop that again, maybe see if it's something different. I'm not getting SWMR on that one. So we'll come back to that. Tucker dropped me one here. Poet. Yeah, Poet is up against...
It exists. There's no options. It's not an optionable stock.
That's why it's not showing up for me.
Also,
Poet
I am
here.
Short.
Cool.
Same setup as before, same shelf pattern. I'll just update once it's over.
Poet here, I'm not seeing anything actionable on this one. You're not really getting a clean fill.
You can kind of check those initial fills, though. Poet,
yeah.
It seems like all the flow we've seen on Poet for a couple of months has been bullish.
has been call side, and you're up 17% on the day again too.
Again,
I think
keyword again. Poet is just weird, man. Poet's a weirdo.
I think this is one that I looked at open here too, and just kind of you'll get super good context to it. I mean, you're getting a descending fill here pretty much. 122. I mean, your IV's all over the place. It's up 17%, so that IV is gonna be absolutely jacked. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting an ascent or a descending fill here. I don't like those fills, man, and it's not a massive bid-ask spread either. So I don't. It's too many questions on this one. I mean, descending fill. I mean, you're starting at that 160, 158, 154. Nice job, good shit.
Very small.
Then your spot price increases again, then it decreases. I mean, it's just all over the place there. And again, you're not getting that clean, full ask side or bid side fill there. Assuming, again, just me speculating, you're up 17%. They're probably just putting in a bid and trying to get in that to chase that momentum. That's kind of how I'm assuming it. Again, you don't have a clear whale, though. That's a thing. Cleanest one was probably that 7,300 there, but just a lot of contracts after there. And again, can't really assume here, but that open interest update tomorrow will be big on this one. 86 days out too. Pretty high.
Eric Fader asking if we even monitor the chat. Yeah, man, that's how I get all these tickers you guys are asking about. I'm paying attention.
I got back into that short, and
I've got your thing written down, buddy. We just got a bunch that we still got to go through.
Yeah, it's a first come, first serve, man. Not the last one we see. But if you pop one in there, we'll see it and get to it. I'm just going to pop this on screen real quick. I'm going to trim half here.
I'm gonna drink.
And I'm moving my profit target farther away. I want them to take out this shelf here. Again, this is the exact same pattern that we were trading before. Just to the downside this time. It's still the same stair-step pattern. This time just downward. I still don't expect a full reversal quite yet. I don't have the gamma buildup that I want to see for a full reversal. God, it'd be so cool if they tested way down here. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. But we'll keep an eye on this. We already took profit. We can't lose on this trade now. We already took half off. I would love for it to go my full range, but I'm not going to hold my breath for it because, again, trajectory this morning has been bullish. We have the tiniest bit of positive gamma building back up way down below the low of day. But that 71.35 up here that they didn't quite get to is still sitting there. That position hasn't moved quite yet. The 70.50s, however, 71.50 rather, has moved down a bit. So we'll just keep an eye on that. I'm going to let this... I'm actually taking that profit target off. I'm just going to let this one play and keep my stop where it is. This is a runner. We already took profit. We can't lose on this trade. I'm leaving the stop where it is for the chance of the reversal. Otherwise, you know, we take half profit.
There you go.
All right, back to the flow, baby.
So Microsoft, big whale here. Thank you for the contract too on this one. 9.7 million in premium on the chain. So it looks like the whale for sure is 7.3 million here. 8, 10, 9,000 contracts trade here. I know these overlap earnings. These, man, let's see. So it looks like we're starting to come in. These earlier ones could be. I like our big one here. I mean, very similar timing here for the most part, but just kind of go off what we have here. I would probably, let me just go find that again in here. Again, I just kind of remove that results. I just like to see the flow around those kind of big block trades there. So let's just come back here. These were earlier in the day. What time was that at? Let's see. 9:20, 9:25.
Time
so
after time.
Over. All right. So our bit. Oh, come on. There we go. 9:25, 9:25. Why did it pop me back a page? Am I crazy? Okay, I'm gonna just have to do the time here. Give me 1 second.
Do you really want to answer to that question?
No, my computer's like tweaking on me right now. Jeez, computer, what are you doing? My Wi-Fi dropped like 3 times on me yesterday too, so I'm like, cool, just what I want to deal with. All right, so let's just find that big trade in here now. So 925. Okay, so here we go. So again, the only reason I did that is I just like to see that context around it, just again for everybody here. So we do have earnings in 7 days. So man, I would like to lean buy to open on these. Again, just a couple things I don't like about it. I don't like that small little IV decrease there, and look at Microsoft's price there too. We're up about 50 cents there, 55 cents or so there. I'd like to see that IV increase when it comes in there. How far are these? 460. How far are these out of the money? 7%. I mean, they're not far out of the money where I'd assume that there are potential call sells there. Again, earnings are coming up, so you just never know what can happen with that. I'd lean buy to open on these there. I mean, just a little cleaner view here. I mean, you just, I mean, a minute later, you get that little IV decrease as prices going up. That's just something that kind of gets caution from me there. Again, doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad piece of flow. I'd probably lean buy to open on them if you made me trade it. I just want to see how Microsoft does during earnings here. Yeah, just kind of mixed results here, it looks like. I mean, 4 down when it hits the implied move, 4 up when it hits the implied move there. That recent one down 9% after earnings. So, I mean, if it was a call sell, I mean, they're kind of playing some of that more recent. And I'm just looking at that post-earnings move. I mean, it does kind of favor some downside. I'd say a little more than the upside there. Again, anything can happen. Every quarter is different. Every quarterly guidance is different too. But man, I mean, I'm just kind of looking at the post earnings move, and that doesn't give me the best feeling if I have to hold something over earnings on that. Again, doesn't necessarily mean that Microsoft could pop.
Man.
Exactly. It's $800 contracts over earnings too. Yeah, no, thank you. I mean, and that's not saying that some news can't come out in the next like 2 days or something on Microsoft and we get a big pop there. It's just little things should kind of raise caution on something like this. We can come back after earnings and look at this. So earnings in 7 days. I think Microsoft is after hours, but I'm gonna save this one. I do want to come back and take a peek at this in a future episode here.
I added size back into that short, by the way. I stopped down. I want this currently to be the step. Here I move my stop down. We still can't lose, and I'll re-enter if they test this moving average above and reject it. That'll be a re-entry for literally the exact same trade in a different spot. I think they might tag me here. I might have preempted that stair step a little early, but that's okay.
All right, let's see. What do we got next? So that was Microsoft. So now we have ZEC. ZEC. What is ZEC?
All right, they got me. We're chilling. We are back green on the day.
Is
and
this
we are
another
in vibe
one?
land.
ZEC, another one, US dollar? That can't be right.
And ZEC, the request came from that one guy on X.
Yeah, I see that. I don't think.
That is a cryptocurrency, decentralized dealio.
Yeah.
We don't really, we'll look at like crypto stocks, but things like this don't have options. We can't really look at options or anything on those. And it's just going to be tied directly to whatever the hell Zcash is. I'm not huge on random crypto names. And we don't really trade crypto either.
No.
Just
yeah,
options,
the only
futures.
thing. Yeah, usually when people ask about crypto, I just kind of guide you over to that crypto. I mean, they just hit the big ones here. I mean, you can kind of see that what their kind of buyers or sellers doing. Just some basic information here. Again, it's more of an options trading platform there. You get that options data. A lot of those kind of crypto names don't have options, obviously, excluding the ETFs.
Miners
and,
and stuff
but,
do, like Riot,
I mean,
Mara, Wolf.
Yeah. I mean, more so like the junky stuff, I'd say. The more kind of, I don't know, I always kind of see them as like meme crypto coins, kind of. there's no options on those. But the miners, yes. Bitcoin ETFs, IBIT, and so on, yes.
With an E.
Yes. Let's do cat here. We should make Tucker do cat since he has a cat behind him all the time.
That's so true, man. And cat, that finally, Eric Fader, that's coming from you. We're getting to your thing, buddy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry about the delay. Just a lot of contracts to go through. So we have earnings here on the 30th here, about a week away.
I'm back in that short, same pattern.
Did
really tight stuff on this
here? One. Okay.
The gamma above still gives me oops.
Yeah, right, little spike in call premium today. No, you're good. Just kind of face value, maybe that 424, 820 call. Let's just see. These just kind of came in here about 5 minutes ago, so these could be of interest. It's only 200 contracts, and we do have about 900 open interest contracts. Let's just kind of go back and look. Yeah, so that 200 there, you have so much other kind of volume coming in here. Let me just kind of shrink it a little bit too. So let's go 7 days. This 200 here, you don't know if it's related to one of these other trades in here. I mean, it could be related to this one, could be related to this one, could be a new position. Again, it's something I would want to kind of monitor that open interest on. When it's kind of messy, not even messy. I mean, there's just too many questions on it. I always feel like you can always find a different piece of flow to kind of look at. Anything else? So that 2-day one is the one we looked at. Yeah, everything else is just kind of messy here. How about puts on these ones? Oh, just barcodey here. I mean, you got 422 here. They're 4 cents. These are probably premium sells there. I mean, 69% out of the money, unless Cat just files bankruptcy or something. I mean, more than likely these are going to expire out of the money there. I mean, 69% in not even a month. Very likely that they're put sells there. Just kind of the way that they're all coming in at the bid and the mid there too kind of tells me that as well there too, without diving into every one. And it does look like there are kind of contracts changing hands here too. I mean, 300 contracts on the day, only 160 carrying over, 207, only 30 carrying over. Just kind of a lot of back and forth in here as well. Anything on our open interest contracts? How about that 618 700 put? Again, not really anything there. It's a no side trade there, so you don't get that fill in here. And it's a cross trade as well too, one of Nick's favorite things. Fun little cross trade there. Cross trade pretty much right at the mid. So I mean, yeah, absolutely no context on something like this. If they were short the puts though, they're probably pretty happy. I mean, just kind of looking at how that contracts move there. Anything else? How about these puts, the 310s? 680, yeah, again, another one that's probably short there. I mean, 62% out of the money. Yeah, I'm not seeing too much on Cat for you, so sorry to not give you anything after kind of waiting, but you got earnings coming up and people like to wait. Yeah, just a lot of junky open interest contracts. I mean, look at that stuff. Yeah, not too much there. Let's see, Tucker sent another one. Intel. I feel like we did Intel already, didn't we? 24% of the money.
Maybe. I know we did Microsoft. If you did Intel, it might have been when I was gone getting that package off.
I'm assuming here on Intel.
This Intel one comes from Robot2 Trade on the YouTube chat. Thanks for sending that in.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not really seeing anything of interest on this one. It looks like this one's had a lot of open interest since about October of last year, 10-3, and it's kind of looking at it. I mean, contract chain probably changed hands there on 10-14, 1,000 contracts, barely an open interest change. You got 1,000 there. I mean, you just got a lot of kind of hands in the pot on something like this. As again, 7,000 that next day, drop in open interest, and yeah, I'm not seeing too much there. There's not really an identifiable whale there. Again, look at all those volume days there, and you're not seeing big open interest changes. So that open interest is staying the same, but there's just a lot of contracts changing hands. within that time frame there. Again, I mean 1500, so I mean 1500 drop off there, 1000 there, only half carryover, just kind of a lot. Again, 3700 here, only 287 carryover, just a lot of contracts changing hands and something like this. Again, the 4000, only 1300, another 4000, 1400, just too much going on in this flow here. And today, only 270 contracts. You can't identify what's kind of going on within that previous flow. I mean, could be somebody that was back here taking profits today again. And even with an open interest change on this one, I would not even kind of try to tail anything on here. There's just too much going on this specific contract there. Yeah, it looks like we're caught up with the chat. Look at that.
Go team.
Look at that.
Oh, wait, I'm still just waiting for them to get out of this range. I took that short off already. Minor gain on it. See money, take money still. That setup to the upside has not fully left, and so I'm not.
You got a little flip risk at 7100 though. A little flippy do there, not a big one, but
yeah, I need to see some of that fall off above before I try to hold anything for very.
Yeah, that 7135 still growing too. I wonder if we're just gonna kind of chop around this area. How's our market tide looking? Yeah, still bullish on that market tide though.
Hey, appreciate that. Trading Guidance says, appreciate the live stream. Most streams make it impossible to work while it plays in the background. You're good middle ground. I'll take it. Hopefully with headphones. Hey, I got a potty mouth sometimes. Yeah, all right, I double-checked that synthetic long rolling with the options GOAT Snorlax, and he agrees. So I will be doing my write-up tomorrow about that bad boy.
Hey, perfect. You know, Snorlax should be listening to our streams, and he would have just heard it, but, you know, he's a busy guy. Busy guy.
He does more shit than I do, and I'm busy.
Yeah, that... Easily the go-to flow. Easily the go-to flow. I mean, just so simplified. Just, and I mean that's a very, very good person to follow on Twitter. Very simplified. It simply looks at the flow and just simplifies it. I mean, and that's what you got to do. You can't sit there and complicate the flow.
Did you see? Oh wait, we did get to that one guy's tickers, right?
Yes.
Literally that one guy.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I think he sent in another... Oh, no. Robot 2 Trade sent in a different Intel one, kind of back-to-back with the 515 one. Looks like a 44 call and 717. I can grab the link for that one.
Yeah, see if you can find it. Because there's pretty much a strike on every expiration and number there on Intel, so... If you can find it, I'll check it out for you. There's a bird outside of my window. I thought he was going to fly into the freaking window.
We had something fly into our window last night. We were watching TV. I thought someone whipped a rock at my house.
I just sent it in the chat, Anthony.
All right. I see it. Thank you, sir. Intel. So this one, let's just kind of go back and look. Again, kind of one of those messier pieces there. Just a lot of contracts changing hands, so it looks like it started on 1.6. So I want to go back to 1.6 here. Should be able to get, okay, perfect. So here's our 1.6 there. You had 5,300 contracts come in at 498. Big bid side candle here at 1135 for 4,200 contracts. Let's go and look at our 120 here now. Oop, back a little far. So come in there on 1.6. Most of that volume carries over into open interest. No big volume days, no significant changes in open interest. There's your 120. Again, just kind of scrolling up if I can learn to scroll up properly.
Still I believe in you. I've always believed in you,
Anthony. Thank you. I'm still getting used to the stupid new mouse, man. You should see me try to type on this keyboard. Yeah, so that was your volume there on the 6th there that we saw. Here's your volume on the 20th here. You see that volume drop off there. So this whale, it looks like closed a big chunk of their position. There might be some still open there. Let's just, I kind of want to go up here and take a peek. So, I mean, you're just getting kind of $100 contracts in here. I mean, it's hard to know if this person's taking them off. I'm just kind of looking here. I mean, you're getting some volume carrying over, some of that open interest dropping off. Again, 200 on the 6th there, so 3.6. Let me just go find that. So 3.6 there. I mean, that 206 there, again, no change in that open interest. So, I mean, it's hard to know if that whale's fully still in. And are these in the money? Oh, they are 33% in the money too. So I mean, they could hold them for earnings too. I mean, you don't know. I'm just kind of looking through here. I'm not seeing any like massive drops in that open interest, and I mean, like 118 contracts traded here on the 13th. Here's your 13th there. I mean, is this part of that whale just kind of closing out the rest of their position or some more chunks of it? Hard to know. I would say that whale got out of most of their position though, which I mean, for a gain there, 498. Looks like 1135. They are trading at that 26 now. Very deep in the money there. Very long term on these still too. I mean, who knows what's going to happen here? And the thing is too, if whatever, let's just say that whale, just for the sake of the video, has 1,300 contracts still open, and that's impossible because that open interest is only 1156. If they exercise these contracts, you will not see that reflected in the volume at all on the same day. You'll see it on the open interest that next day. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's why I like to tend to stay away from the deep in the money stuff too. And some of that can be arbitragey as well. This probably not arbitragey because it looks like, let's go, what were we trading at on 1.6 here? What were we trading at on 1.6? I'm going to have to go back to the actual Intel here. Let's go here. Intel on 1.6. Let's go back. Okay, it's going to make me do year to date. Where's my 1.6? So we're trading at $40 there on 1.6. These were technically out of the money. So, I mean, at the time, not arbitrage at all. Now, like if these came in right now, they're 33% in the money, probably ignoring something like that. But yeah, I'd say that whale's out of most of their position there. Could have passed off contracts within here. I wouldn't chase this now, especially with earnings coming up 86 days out, very deep in the money too. But good piece of flow there. At least this one's more identifiable, where you can see that entry and some of that exit as well there too. So, okay, let's see. Tucker is spamming me with contracts. So
the chat's spamming me with contracts.
So, okay, that's the Intel there. MGNI from Patrick Dolan. Let's take a peek here. So this one, a lot of contracts traded on the day here. 10,000. This might be, and again, that's 1,755 at open. It looks big and identifiable on the same day, but we have 7,500 open contracts. Is this profit taking? What's going on here? So I see a lot of volume there on the 16th as well. This thing gets a lot of volume. I think I clicked on the wrong one. He wanted MGNI. We can go back and do that one. Unless Tucker just doesn't know how to spell. I mean, I guess Tucker doesn't know how to spell.
Well, they're both different tickers, so I would imagine. Okay. I would imagine he didn't.
I must have. No, I think I pasted the old.
Oh, he did mess up. Okay, cool. Dope.
Yep. No, that was on me.
Okay, so it is MU that he's looking.
Yeah,
for.
Do MU. I'll get the MGNI one.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Good. I was
We're
like
well
confused there.
Machine over here.
No, I just didn't copy the link right.
Yeah, we know. We know what's new.
Yeah.
What's new?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
It's not a link. It's just he said MGNI. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so blanket
I'm not
request.
That.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. We can do it. Yeah, I can look that up here. Yeah, MU here
Jesus.
again. Just kind of a lot of just a lot going on in here. Not really a clear opener. Again, that 422. It's showing 5,400 right here, but that's just telling you in that time frame there. Again, it's really only 1,700. Just kind of looking through it. I mean, just again, another one with a lot of kind of contracts changing hands in here. I mean, 2,200 here, you only have 261 carryover. Just not seeing that big full carryover on those. Probably nothing of interest on this specific one for me there. All right, let's do MGNI here.
Homie in the chat, Rumo jumped long NQ right at my short stop out, and that was a damn good entry, my guy. Basically, right around here, he got pretty close to the bottom of that secondary pullback there, and he was off to the races. Nothing but solid Hulk Dick green 1 minute candle bars ever since his entry. Good trade, Rumo.
Yeah, that thing bounced right at that 71.20, right on the nuts there too on that thing. 71.20 and coming right back up to that 71.35.
Dude, you got such a killer entry, Jesus Christ.
See, that's how I was trying to time mine a little earlier. I just want to go back here, then I'll do MG.
I'm just gonna real quick draw on the chart where he entered that long. Boom. What a fucking entry, my guy. That is a beautiful trade. A clean
Absolute
50 points.
Sniper.
Clean.
Absolute snipe.
Good trade, dude.
Like that's what I tried to do on mine earlier. I was looking at that 71.20 there, and we just slightly kind of got below it, but we got that quick pop on your big negative gamma spot there too. So that's kind of why I was like, I'm interested in that negative gamma. So I mean,
that's is not going away. And 71.50 built back up as well. So I am hands off on the shorts, but that was a damn good long. Our man Rumo in the chat,
really good fun,
killing it. Unless you're Portuguese speaking, then Humo, that's my bad. I don't know. Humo.
So MGNI here. So again, one that doesn't get a lot of options trades, but when you do, it looks like they like the calls there. More ask side calls. You do have some bid side calls in here. Just again, face value. Looking at that, probably profit taking in here. I can just go back. We'll look at I almost said 422 there. This is for what? Why am I blind? 417. Let's just go look at that. I want to see what kind of caused that. So yeah, here's your big cause of that. The 115.27, 22.5 call. These are 70% out of the money. It wouldn't surprise me if these are short, but let's just kind of take a peek here. Yeah, I'm not getting a clean read from this here. Oh, hey, I don't know why I did that. Okay, let's go back here again. Yeah, I mean, and they're so long dated too. Again, I'm not very fond of the long dated stuff there. 268 days, anything can happen, but I mean, 70% out of the money, that's pretty far on something like that. These are all coming in at the bid. Look at that bid-ask spread too. Really wide bid-ask spread there. I'd be willing to say they're short there. Again, just with the long time frame though, you have probably 3 or 4 earnings periods that are going to overlap this. So you don't know what the company is going to be doing in that there. So they could be truly long at the bid there, but I mean, just kind of face value wise, I'd probably lean short on these calls. What do you think there on that one, Nick?
That's my lean. Those fills are pretty clean at the bid. You even see that little bit of shift a few minutes later, and there's even more coming in at the bid. Granted, it's one contract. I don't even think I would consider that the same homie.
Yeah, that's...
But yeah, I mean, that feels pretty clean bid side. I would lean sold to open. Again, no guarantees that at bid equals sell all the time. It's just a higher likelihood. And that's my lean on this one.
And again, I mean, just with them being that far dated too, I mean, you don't know what can happen. I mean, 3-4 earnings periods for a company, you don't know what they can roll out. That's just kind of why I like avoiding the longer dated stuff too. You just don't know what can happen. A lot can happen in 268 days. Now, if these were 70% and these were expiring in 10 days, I could probably almost tell you that they are a short then. But yeah, this one, I would lean short if you made me pick. Probably not the best there. And I know we had one more day of bid side. I think it was this one here. So that 417.13 call too. Yeah, again, very messy here. These are in the these are already expired, so we don't care about those actually. So I will not even waste time on that. Let's go to today here quick.
So bid-ask spread is per contract, Daozai. The stock itself does have a bid-ask spread. but it's usually pennies, because they're shares, a lot more liquidity than contracts usually. But we did look at car earlier, and oh no, we looked at cat. Car's that
Cat,
crazy one that absolutely ripped the other day.
Oh, I have to show you something on car here quick. I was actually looking at June puts.
Yeah, Avis Budget
yesterday.
Group. These guys, no. They ripped like $340.
Yeah, look at the pricing for the June
Oh
contracts. I was looking at it.
God.
I mean, look at how far out of the money they are, and you're still paying $50 a
Thousands.
contract. I mean, yeah, this is something. I'm not telling anybody to do anything
Look at the
on this.
IV,
This is
Jesus
one.
Christ.
Yeah. This is one
it's
where
up, it's up 85% in the last 5 days, and it was already a $300-$400 stock.
Look
it
that thing.
But this is a straight up short squeeze. Straight up. As far as I know, it not a lot going on at the company to cause this. This is a short squeeze, true and large. I wouldn't touch this shit with a 90,000 foot pole, bro. Like, give me a pole long enough to boop the moon, and I'm still not touching it. This could knife that entire gain right now, and nobody would really be surprised. It could moon another 50% right now, and I don't think anyone would be surprised. Short squeezes get really volatile. If you remember the GameStop shit, it was moving like $50 to $100 intraday on its trajectory to record-breaking. The homie Zoe says, y'all guys are great. I hope y'all get what you want, and peace and love. Hey, man, thanks for kicking it with us.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for contributing, too. Thanks for contributing in the chat. Yeah, like, I mean, this is not me telling you to do anything, because, I mean, like you said, I'm not touching this thing with a 10-foot pole. But, like, something like this, if you're trading options, I mean, look at the 2-day IV. I mean, these things are, I mean, we're up 2% on the day. Look, these are still red. That's how bad that IV is, and that's how IV crush works. I mean, that IV drops a little bit. Those contracts are, because you're paying, that IV is the price pretty much. Or
paying a massive premium.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna, like, this is again not me telling you, like, if I was to trade this, I would sell premium on something like this, because if we drop, I mean, even $10 again from here, that IV is going to significantly drop. But this is, I wouldn't touch this, but this is something where I'd sell premium. I would not buy contract on something like that, because that IV is absolutely ridiculous.
The trajectory is still just so firmly up.
Yeah,
we just made a new high there, dude. That 954 entry was baller, Rumo. Like, that is just a beautiful entry. I would have trimmed down to a runner here, and then absolutely no reason to close that runner. Still trending up and to the right after that initial pullback, and they got to that breakout shelf, which was the same trade we took with the long here, where they tested the top of it. Here they tested a little bit lower into about the midpoint to the top of this center candle. Beautiful entry. Bro got the confirmation that they stuck the landing here and got right in on the screen candle, basically. What a trade. Good shit, dude. I love to see that.
Absolute snipe. Yeah, for MGNI, I'm still not seeing too much there. Again, just kind of a lot of just smaller contracts. I mean, 50 contracts, 70 contracts. Not really seeing a significant whale here. Yeah, not seeing much on MGNI there for you.
Just realized my camera hasn't been on this entire time.
Anything else in the chat? There, BTC Ethereum. So that's gonna be Bitcoin. It looks like Bitcoin.
No, that's the person's. That's the person's.
Okay. I was like.
No, they were asking about. What the fuck were they asking about? This link I sent. MU.
Okay, yeah, we looked at that one already.
Okay, yeah, that. Yeah, so how I'm sending it is I send the link, and then right below that I just put who it was from and what platform they were on. So
Tucker, we can't even read what you're writing half the time. It's like
I can't
It's
even
like a-
read half
it's
the
like-
time. I don't
it's
know if I got a
tight.
single
It's-
Tucker out on
it's
that.
text on the screen, bro.
it's like a child is sending me this. Well, I mean, it is child Tesla, or I call them Tesla. Did you hear that?
Whoa!
Like
I did hear
Tesla is a
that.
child.
That's a new one.
Tesla.
Hey, look
Yeah,
at
I've
it.
never
We
been
just
called
had a
that.
big Apple whale hit here, the 427, 277, and a 5 call. So, like, good example here. I mean, this is a clean piece of opening flow here. 2,700 contracts. We only have 636 open contracts. This is definitely an opening trade, but we got to figure out if it's potentially a buy to open or sell to open here. I do like all that call premium coming in. I do kind of, I like the net premiums on kind of those mega caps a little bit more versus those kind of smaller caps. There's just so much premium going into these mega caps, so I think you get a better read on those. Like if I look at the apples here, this isn't even a percent of the total premium coming in here, but this is significant premium size. There's 361K. That's the price of a house.
Little
Let's just
rural,
kinda look
little
here.
rural, middle of nowhere farmhouse.
Yeah. Yeah, like I like these. I really like these here. You get your IV spike when they come in. Spot is filling at the ask. Timing's all the same here. Just kind of follow this up, and still filling at the ask. Looks good, looks good, looks good. And yeah, everything looks good. Everything's at the ask at that time there. We do have some trailers there. They're only one contract. Again, very highly traded name. Probably not related there. I like these. I like these Apple calls. These are ones that I would like to come back and actually revisit there. And my guess is they're probably chasing that momentum here on the day too a little bit. So maybe
Tech's having a good day. Hence the NASDAQ just rip it.
And these do not overlap earnings. We have earnings in 8 days too, so that is something good there. Let me just pop these in here quick. Man, I feel my stomach rumbling already. I'm surprised you don't hear it going through the...
Only 10:30. What are you
now.
doing?
Hey, I don't eat breakfast, man.
Me neither.
Okay, well, you know what? You know what? Mind your business. Mind your business.
Mind
Mind
your
your
business.
business. Let's see, save flow. Oops. We don't need the full contract in there. How's Periscope looking
We got
here?
the Coder Shark in the chat, YouTube chat, asking about IWM 264p, but I don't think IWM is that a real thing?
Yeah. ETF.
It's not
Yeah,
coming
we
up
can,
when I search the ticker. IWM. Oh, okay, this wasn't loading. My bad.
Going to be a lot of flow on
I
this
believe it is the
one.
Russell ETF.
Yes, sir. You are correct. You are very smart. You deserve a raise for everything you do.
Go team.
Yeah, I'm just kind
disagree.
of looking at the highest fault. Tucker, you're a hater. Haters gonna
I
hate.
disagree.
Yeah, I'm just kind of doing a face value look here. Again, there's so many options traded on IWM here. Maybe that 515 264 put, that's pretty much 100% ask side here. So this one could be a little interesting. Huge multi-leg, 100% multi-leg there. So again, just kind of paying attention to your other little pieces of data here too. Again, you just look at this at face value and you're like, hey, it's ask side, it's a buy. Not necessarily 100% multi-leg. Let's just take a peek. And it looks like, yeah, you got really big, kind of ugly multi-leg one here for you, Nick. I mean, you got mid fills, you got ask side fills, and it looks like a lot of open interest on that mid side one. So I wonder if they're potentially rolling them up there to that 264. Yeah, a little too messy.
It kind of looks like it though. I would be inclined to agree, just because of how much open interest to the volume ratio are on the 261s.
Yeah, just very ugly. Very ugly. The 515 264 put is for IWM. 515 260. Oh yeah, hey, perfect. Look at that. Look at that. That is the one we're looking at. Perfect. Yeah, big multi-leg on that one. It's funny too because when I see IWM, usually I take that kind of with a grain of salt. It seems like IWM always you'll get a big whale and then it's multi-leg at some point. Like I don't know what it is with IWM, but it just seems like I find that more, at
It
least in my filters.
just kind of regard it like SPY and QQQ flow for the most part. You can kind of catch
I
momentum in there sometimes, but it's just the Russell's version of SPY, essentially.
I surprisingly don't get a lot of multi-legs on my SPY and QQQ on my ETF filter. It's only IWM, so it's really
there's
just
a
kind
lot of intraday hedging and momentum in those two. A little bit more than the Russell, honestly. The Russell has less liquidity in general, like less volume, but it's the much larger pool of stocks than the S&P.
Oh, hey, look, they hit that Apple again there too. They hit that 427, 275 Apple. And there another 700 contracts came in. They're already kind of pumping a little bit, not too much. Yeah, see, I like that too, and that's why I keep that flow feed open too. I mean, you're technically getting an ascending fill there, getting not filled right at the ask, but that spot price, pretty significant increase. They're just somebody tailing us, probably Jay-Z, 700 contracts. Yeah, that's pocket size for them. Anything else from the chat there, Tucker?
No, I think we're actually caught up. We're caught up for
miracles do happen.
Woo! Buy a lottery ticket because it's not going to happen again. Just going through my bid side filters here quick. Yeah, I don't. Just everything's earnings.
We're just kind of ranging here, right below the highs of the day. So, kind of watching, see if we get a nice steep pullback or a true reversal. Neither have happened yet.
And this almost adds more confirmation to me there too. Look at that top net impact chart. We just found an Apple trade. Look at your
Apple
main contributor to
the board.
Yep. I mean, again, multiple data points. They're all within here in unusual whales. I mean, it's all on one thing here, and it's nice. Just again, multiple data points. That's what I like to see. Man, yeah, all that downside cam is kind of dropping off there. Hey, we'll get another update here in a second.
And Nasdaq looks like it might want to touch the highs again. We're about 7 points below it, rejecting a little bit, but buyers haven't lost control basically all morning. Even on those deep dips, they just bought them right back up. So I'm still just in waiting. We're kind of stepping up still, but the range has tightened quite a bit. I would want a steep pullback, basically back down to where our homie in the chat, Rumo, got his initial entry earlier. That structure's still there, but for the most part, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling between like now and like noon Central Time. Things either get way more volatile or disappear completely.
Yeah,
kind of a toss up. So I'm usually not, balls deep in any positions during this time. Just really short time frame scalps, like 30 seconds, couple of minutes. Yeah, right now we're just hanging out below the highs here. Nice little pullbacks that get bought right back up. Nothing has changed yet. We're still in a buyer's regime. And 7150 Periscope still hanging out up there. 7145 built up a little bit. 7135 basically where it was in the last update. Nothing doing right now. Maybe they formed that nice little W pattern that bulls like and bears hate because it usually indicates more upside. And all of our net premiums are still leaning bullish as hell. No short for me yet. And if I do, I probably won't even say anything because it's going to be short-lived.
Yeah, I'm looking at. We're gonna have to come back to this one Monday too. Again, very interesting. Again, you can't assume this is an ad right away. Look at that same size candle, 5,069 contracts, 5,090 contracts. Very, very similar sizing. Even though both are at the ask, doesn't necessarily mean this is an ad here. This is a double check that open interest tomorrow thing. This is when we'll come back and we can kind of do a review on too, just to see either
it could be a double tap or straight up in and out.
Yeah, what I'm looking for in the open interest here is either it's this open interest is gonna increase by, again, this is just barring any other big candles here. This open interest will maybe be around that 15,000-ish mark, so that would mean this was a double tap there. This open interest will increase by 5,000, give or take again, which would mean that this initial whale here at 5,000 pass these contracts off to somebody else at 132. So somebody else would be holding, again, that original position there. Otherwise, that open interest doesn't change, and that whale got out at the ask. So 3 scenarios on that open interest there for Monday that we can look at there. So that'll be a good one there, because you get a lot of those double ask side candles, and they're getting out. Because, again, that ask side is just them, what that contract is filling at. And you can fill at the ask. I mean, I'll typically put, like when I trade my SPY calls earlier, I set a bid, I didn't hit the ask, and I filled the bid. I was bullish on SPY at the time. Like it's just what you're filled at. And we can look at the candle and see if there's any clues in here. And my clue kind of right away is, again, it's still coming at the ask, but you get that small IV drop there, and again, your price of Oracle is up there too. So again, just kind of little.
Lost 71.20. The Nasdaq's not following with volume yet. I'm keeping an eye on this for batch of a. All right, go ahead.
We did kind of dump a little bit. Oh, I was done with it. You're good.
Okay, dope.
Yeah, we did get a little dump there. It's because I said Apple call, wasn't it? Oh no, those things are right in 131. They're already up to 144. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing too much else really coming in here.
They just tested the top of that negative gamma zone that was below us. If they stick this landing, I'm probably gonna take a second long in one day, which is miraculous in its own right. But that rejection...
You better freak out about it.
Let's see if they can reclaim 71.20 here and give us another attempt at that 71.35 that's just been sitting there after 2 rejections at 71.30.
These could be interesting.
Finally getting some puts hitting the B. Not super dramatic. I'm going to keep an eye on this current bounce. If we reject the bottom of this range we set up right below high of day, I'm going to have to join sellers for a stab at it. But it's still counter trend, so I keep my stops real tight if they're up there for me.
Just keeping an eye here too with you. Yeah, I won't open another trade. I'll be going to get some lunch here shortly. So, that's one thing I will not be. We
can start winding down.
I will not be in a trade if I'm going away from the desktop.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I always
not an intraday one anyway. If you're in like 2 weeks out expiration, long swing from flow, yeah, you can leave the desk. Otherwise, you'll be glued to it for the rest of your life. But nah, not an intraday.
I'm so envious of people who can actually like sit and trade mobile. Like, dude, that's so frustrating for me. Like, I need my screens. I need everything set up. I can't trade without my screens.
It's dicey.
I can place an order.
I used to always do flow trading on my phone, but once I got into scalping and stuff, it's not viable. Right, let's see if they reject this or if they just made a nice little stare from the last pullback. Little bounce. Let's see if they stick that landing to try to reclaim 71.20, or if we're going to see a little bit of a shift and it becomes resistance for us. That's what I want to see. But if it doesn't, oh well, nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, it's getting that little bounce, yeah.
Right off the top of that negative gamma range. That's basically how I look at it. If I didn't suck at longs, I would have longed that, but I do suck at longs, so I didn't. Right now I'm in what a lot of trading is, which is waiting. I'm just waiting for my short setups now. I took the risk of a long earlier. It paid off, which was cool. But again, I'm uncomfortable in longs. So I'm waiting for a shift. And until we get that shift for the rest of today, I'll be sitting on my hands. And if we're done scalping for the day, so be it. Who cares? We had a decent morning. We got rid of all those losses that we hit on those 2 stop outs in the morning. We caught that nice short. And now we're just waiting. But that was a really good long entry. They tested right at the top of that prior shelf again right there. Set a new higher high of it, and up we go. Or higher low, rather.
I feel like it's like me. It's like I'm Milt and you're you, where Milt's getting some contract, and then 20 minutes later, it's like, yeah, I'm up like 50%, and you're like, oh, dang. Except we both went long at the same time. That was a good thing. Yeah. You got a better entry than me.
Miraculous.
Better entry than me, though, for sure. Very better. I mean, hey, that's how go buy the lottery ticket there. Better. I was a little impatient on that, but I got to the top of my positive gamma for my entry, so
you hit your profit take, so no harm, no foul. Yep. Did we rip higher? Yep. Quite a bit, but you don't got to catch the whole move. Just catch a piece. No, I hope you took your profits when we got to that new high, by the way, because we're in chop land. But I think what we'll do here, guys, we've been trucking, coming up on a 2.5 hour mark. No, sorry, 3 hour mark. I forgot we start a half hour early now, man. Let me get Tucker back on screen. We're gonna be doing this setup for a while now. See if people enjoy it. See if you guys are enjoying it, and if you're not.
Last episode's been good.
Yeah, I'm having a good time with the new structure. It gives us a lot of time to go over different parts of the platform. They get to see us use Periscope in real time. Anthony might have put some watch list for us to revisit later on.
Oh yeah, I got a lot. I got a lot. Sorry.
But stay tuned. I am gonna do a write-up and probably a very short video on that GEV flow we saw, because it's textbook rolling end over end over the course of several months. And they were synthetic longs the whole time, which is like a very dangerous turbo bullish position to take. And it's very dangerous because you're buying calls and selling puts. Both of them go up if the stock, like both of them profit if the stock goes up, but both of them lose immensely if the stock goes down. You're losing on both ends of that setup. So they're very dangerous. You can lose significantly more money than you put in. You can go very negative on your portfolio and get your ass margin called with a risk reversal like that. Bullish synthetic longs and synthetic shorts on the opposite side of the movement. Very, very dangerous. Only really experienced / really rich people are going to be messing with that shit. It's extremely dangerous. But it was a really good example. So I think it was Zoe that called it out, and one other person who I can't remember brought it up, and we found that risk reversal instantly. Really cool breakdown. I'll do a video on that going into the end of the week here. But other than that, we will do some follow-ups on some of the flow we looked at today off of Anthony's little watch list that he made from the show.
Keep an eye on Twitter. If there's any updates, I'll probably update it on there as well, too.
Yes, sir. But otherwise, guys, so I think we're going to get out of your hair now. We'll be back, same time, same places on Twitter and the YouTube at 9 a.m. Eastern to do the same damn 3-hour show. Party time. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Thanks for keeping that chat active. I've been Nicholas. That's been Anthony. That's been Tucker. You've been the chat. And we'll catch you on the next WhaleWatch, homies. Take care.
You're idiot.
You.